gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìwọ́de yìí náà ni a máa ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire bí tí bàbá wa onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ emeritus professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde OLAYOMI KOIKI, agbẹnusọ fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
Kàlẹ́ lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́fà ẹni Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ọ̀faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa kọ́ máa dà wá láàmú.
Akọni tó yọni léwu tó ń bá ní sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun lápẹ̀ lálágbára. Mo mẹ́wé mo mọ́ kò mú olóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní ṣe níwájú ìbò.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde, ẹ máa bọ̀ ń ta ká ṣe kí ni o, ká túyáyá. Let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Ọmọ ńlá mo gbé mú Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá, owó bàbá dá mi. Bóyá tí mo bá ní Ìgbòho ṣá, ẹ sọ fọkùnrin ogun, ọmọ Májàsọ́lá. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìwọ́de yìí náà ni a máa ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire bí tí bàbá wa onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ emeritus professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde OLAYOMI KOIKI, agbẹnusọ fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
Kàlẹ́ lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́fà ẹni Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ọ̀faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa kọ́ máa dà wá láàmú.
Akọni nínú ìyàwó. Akọni tó ń yọni léwu tó ń bá ní sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun lápẹ̀ lálágbára. Mo mẹ́wé mo mọ́ kò mú olóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní ó ṣe níwájú ìbò.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde, ẹ má bọ́ ń ta ká ṣe ṣe kí ni o kàtúyàyà let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Koikimedia, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
HAUSA lára àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Gbígbédè lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
They never sabi wetin we carry for her.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
I said they never know wetin we carry for body.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, kìnìún ló ló lajú.
Ẹyẹ tó dorí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè gbó Odùduwà ga.
Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wá.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe gírí, ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí, ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé, ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀, àwa ni mọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri.
Pé ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá.
Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
Kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wá kájé bùgbà yín jẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀mí ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọlọ́lá gbajúmọ̀ mi o, máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀mí, ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé, ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ tó àjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀, àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé, ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ, jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àtúnjàfẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
We bring you work closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o tó ń kan gíoko lára ni.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Odùduwà lágbé dání, òtítọ́ lágbé dání.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í kéta.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdúró tán àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia we bring you work closer to your doorstep.
Àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Is around.
To give us latest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pójú gbogbo.
ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pójú gbogbo.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú lápárapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú lápárapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìwọ́de yìí náà ni a máa ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire bí tí bàbá wa onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ emeritus professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde OLAYOMI KOIKI, agbẹnusọ fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
Tẹ̀lé lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́fà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ọ̀faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n mọ jẹ oko wa kọ́ mọ dà wá láàmú.
Akọni nínú èèyàn o. Ẹgbẹ́ kò Sunday mi. Akọni tó ń yọni léwu tó ń gbani sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun la pè lálágbára. Mo mẹ́wé mo mẹ́kò mo lóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní o ṣe níwájú ìbò. Lẹ́lẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́lẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́lẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Àtìyá o.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde, ẹ máa bọ̀ ń ta ká ṣe ṣe kí ni o, kàtúyáyá kàtúyáyá. Let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Ọmọ Oòduà.
Ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má
Gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́, torí kò sílùú mìíràn. Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má
Gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́, torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
ọmọ Oòduà.
Ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má
Gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́, torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
ọmọ Oòduà.
Ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní, ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má
Gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́, torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
Mo kí wa pé ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ ètò. Tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ mi, ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section please so that we know that the audio is quite audible because I'm using the lap mic so that ká má kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ tí àwọn èèyàn ní gbọ́ wa. So tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo different platforms tẹ́ ti ń wò mí, ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section kí mo lè bá mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa. Mo kí gbogbo apẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ ẹ tún káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa tí à ń pè ní Koikimedia. If my audio is coming out and you are listening to me, please do let me know in the comment section. A very good evening and welcome once again to Koikimedia Live. This is a live transmission coming from the studio in London, and I say good evening and welcome once again. We are streaming on many different channels, and it will be different from different page the button will work. But what is most important is the first hour of this broadcast. I really want to know, because we were having issues with one of our channel for over 2 weeks. We've been able to gain it back. So my fair count you so fún wa bóyá wọ́n gbọ́ wa àti pé ìbòlẹ̀ tí ń wò wá gangan. So while we're waiting for that, I would monitor the comment section and hopefully to know that people are hearing us. So tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa ní orí Mixlr, please let me know. Tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa lórí Facebook, ẹ bá fi sínú comment section. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa lórí YouTube, ẹ bá comment sínú comment section as well. Very important that we know that people are hearing what we are saying here, because if otherwise, it's a waste of time. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní gbogbo platforms. Àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa lórí backup channel wa, Mr. Taiwo, wọ́n ní the audio is very clear. I think he's the only one that is commenting on that channel. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ wo channel mi. Ẹni tó ń gbọ́ wa lórí OLAYOMI KOIKI, wọ́n ní audio yẹn ń jáde dáadáa. Mo kí bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Sàlámì
mo kí Mr. Ese, àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa lórí Facebook, Mr. Jamo Abiodun, wọ́n ní it is loud, clear, I'm watching on Facebook. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa lórí WD76, wọ́n ní àwọn lè gbọ́ mi dáadáa. So what we want to do tonight, my first hour, is to first engage our audience around all our channels. Mo fẹ́ engage yín, mo fẹ́ kí ẹ wà fully engaged with all the Koikimedia channel. You might be watching from different YouTube channel. It doesn't matter níbi tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa, níbi tẹ́ ti ń wò mí. What matter is channel mélòó ni ẹ̀yin wà aware pé Koikimedia ti ń operate, because for good 2 weeks, ìyàwó Grace Olúṣòótọ́ ní àwọn lè gbọ́ wa lórí Koikimedia. The Koikimedia yẹn gangan came back today after 2 weeks of suspension. So it is important that we know that you can hear us. It is also important that káwa náà mọ̀ pé ẹ lè rí wa níbi tẹ́ ti lè máa rí wa wò. Tí kò ń ṣàwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé fídíò wa, I want you to know where we are. So my first hour is dedicated to my channel and my organization, and to also see how we can raise funds to support this particular channel. That is what we're going to do for the first hour. I hope you will sit back and watch it and not run away. So what we're going to start with is, we want to know how many of you have been following us and at what particular channel. Let's rí wa wò. Because ẹni tó rí wa lórí Koikimedia for 2 weeks probably thought that maybe Koikimedia is no longer operating. And these are the reasons why we want you to know how many other channels that we have. So what I'm going to do now, màá gbé wa débẹ̀ gbogbo channels wa tí a ti operate. Màá lọ máa fi wọ̀n wá lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bí dẹ̀ ṣe fi ń wọ̀n wá yẹn, màá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa nísìn àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa tún fídíò yìí wò, a bẹ̀ yín ẹ lọ follow gbogbo àwọn channels yẹn, because àwa kọ́ la ní YouTube, àwa kọ́ la ní Facebook. They have the right to shut it down if they so wish to do so. But what we can do is that if one is shut down, we already have others to prepare as a backup. But táwọn èèyàn bá lọ follow wa ní gbogbo ibi tí a ti ní kẹ́ lọ máa follow wa, then it will be difficult to know that this organization is still much alive. So what I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to take you to the back scene of Koikimedia, each of the YouTube channel, the Facebook, the Twitter, and I want us all to follow all these channels. If truly you are also going to play your role. Like I said, we are just 26 minutes. Even if I'm going to do it for the whole 3 hours, program tí mo fẹ́ ṣe mo lè suspend ẹ̀ kí n padà wá ṣe lálẹ́ later or tomorrow. Because what matter is for people to know where we are. Kò sí point ká wá jókòó síbí báyìí throughout the whole day and we have lost almost half of our viewers due to the fact that, well, mọ̀bí tí a ti ń stream and they don't want to find out. So my job this evening is to take you around all those channels. Gbogbo bí tí ẹ ti lè máa rí wa wò. Gbogbo bí tó yẹ pé even if tí nǹkankan bá ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ lè guarantee pé ẹ rí Koikimedia wò. That is what we're gonna do. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram, ẹ̀yin ò ní problem kankan because I am streaming on a single phone from there. And thank you so much, Mr. Taiwo. Mo kí àwọn tó wà lórí Twitter. Mo kí àwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Èmi náà ni wọ́n ní fẹ́ lómi ṣe mí. I've told you that you have a great journalist that is dedicated and ready to sacrifice until Yoruba nation will come. Without no distraction, many issues that is happening in Nigeria, we might touch on them, but you will read more on different articles. Ìyẹn la ṣe náà staff to run articles. I don't want to come here and be telling you, hey, nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Nigeria. No, my job is to keep your mind focused lórí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ gbà. That's all. But tí àbáwá ráwọn tó lè máa gbọ́ wa níbi tó yẹ kó ti gbọ́ wa, then there is a problem. And that problem is where I need to fix. Because why do we have people that need to listen to us, but due to the fact that ibìkan péré ni wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ wa and wọ́n dẹ̀ ti lọ síbòmíì, then there will be issues. Olúwa kọ́ máa wá ṣàpariwo máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ìyẹn tún lọ with the hope that the message is getting to where it is. For 2 weeks, 2 weeks is a lot. That's about almost 14 days. For 14 days, one of the most important channels, Tani, was suspended. Video to be suspended is justifiable. But Arakolani want to go against the community standard. Nígbà tó pa àbúrò Sowore, one of the videos that I posted, that's about almost going to 3 years ago. But whatever it is, the technology picked it up and flagged it down. And that gave this channel a backlash. So tonight, you might not be comfortable to watch me on Facebook, but it is your responsibility to know that we're on Facebook. Because only at some point, we might lose all the channels on YouTube. And that's why, like I always said, my backup device will always be there. It's a huge terabyte. Èmi náà expect pé kí n gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí mò ń ṣe Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí èmi ṣiṣẹ́ dànù láyé tèmi. Because gbogbo tí mò ń ṣe has to be documented. It has to be given to the government of Yoruba nation when we eventually have our country very soon. I also have to have a backup. Káwọn ọmọ tèmi náà lè mọ̀ pé bàbá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa pẹ̀lẹ́rìí. So I'm not going to leave any of, even if I make 2-minute video on any of the social media platform, I do download it and save it for my own purpose and record because I don't own those platforms. So by the Jawaju, I can build a platform similar to that, but for now, we don't have the kind of fund. So I'm part of Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. Your media is very, very important. You got to know where your media is. Kò ń ṣe pé ṣe máa wá níbo ni Koiki wà. Ó jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ bí tí Koiki wà. Ó jẹ́ kẹ́ lè sọ pé tí ìbá rí Koiki níbí báyìí, màá rí níbí báyìí. But when you don't do that, then it's a waste of time. Adẹ̀ ti wà ní a very, very crucial part of the movement. Sí nínú eré nísìn. So when we're talking about Koikimedia, we are talking about an organization that is working around the clock. 24/7 la fi ń ṣiṣẹ́. But ẹ̀yin tó yẹ kẹ́ gbọ́ wa, mọ̀ bí tá wà. Because ibì kan lẹ rely lé, they were interested láti lọ wá wa. Ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ó yẹ kó wá wa lọ sórí Twitter. As much as we have been talking about Twitter for the last 4 years, ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ pé ó yẹ káwọn ní Twitter account. It is our responsibility. Because ó lè jẹ́ Twitter will be our last part. Nígbà tá a bá wà ojú agbámi, tó bá shut down gbogbo platform wa, ó lè jẹ́ pé bí a Twitter nìkan ló máa operate. But tẹ́ ẹ bá sí lórí Twitter, then how do you know that we are going to be ọlọ́mọ̀tẹ̀ ká wà ní danger nígbà tá a bá náà wà nínú night vigil tá need láti send message tó dẹ̀ pé orí Twitter nìkan ni mo lè send message yẹn through nígbà tó bá ti shut irú àwa down because I am preparing for such. You gotta prepare for everything. Èmi ń prepare pé ìjọ kan máa wà as we are moving towards this movement that my whole platform can be shut down. But we will have many backup. But tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ bí tá wà, then who do you hold responsible for that? I am not saying that there are other platforms that are not there, but we are talking about one of the most vital, important platforms in this movement. Ẹ lè fi Koiki fi ṣeré. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa ẹ̀ mọ the value of this organization in the last 5 years láti 2019. I left everything I am doing and I've never regretted it till date. I have inconvenienced my family more than enough. But kẹ́ ẹ̀ bá wá mọ ibi tá a wà, then kí ni mo wá ń pariwo tí mò ń jáde fún? Because ẹlòmíì nísìn 2 weeks nísìn wọ́n mọ ibi tí mo wà. Bí ìgbà tí yàn sọnù bí abẹ́rẹ́. So kí wá the point? Kí wá ní value? Then sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ Koikimedia, ẹ fẹ́ràn Koikimedia. You're telling lies to yourself, not me. So ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa sòtítọ́, because this platform can be shut down, but àwọn kan wà tẹ́ pé wọ́n ní lè shut down because àwọn tó ní yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Let me give you an example. Ẹni tó ní Facebook ló ní WhatsApp tí gbogbo yín fi ń communicate. There's about 1 billion people on WhatsApp. Gbogbo tẹ́ bá ń ṣe lórí Facebook, tẹ́ bá náà fẹ́ Facebook, ẹ mú like Facebook, ẹ dẹ̀ wà lórí WhatsApp. Ẹ ti ní Facebook náà nìyẹn. So kí ló dé tẹ́ kúkú ní account kan lórí Facebook? Bẹ́tẹ̀ gbọ́ wa níbẹ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́ wa níbẹ̀. Ẹ̀yẹ kọ̀ lákàntì yẹn. Mo like Facebook, but ẹni WhatsApp. Ẹni tó ní WhatsApp ló ní Instagram. Ó di mẹ́ta. Ẹni tó ní WhatsApp ló ní Facebook, òun ló ní Instagram. Arákùnrin tó ń pè ní Mark. So right there is holding your data regardless of whether you don't like Facebook, because máa ń gbọ́dọ̀ àwọn kan máa ń àwọn like Facebook, but ẹni WhatsApp. Then ẹ deactivate ara yín lórí WhatsApp kẹ́ lọ mú Signal, because kò ń ṣe WhatsApp nìkan ló wà. Signal gan ni America government lò ní last week tó di problem sí wọn lọ́rùn tó lọ fi journalist sínú high important group. Ìyẹn mo máa ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé gbogbo group tá a kàn wà, ẹ̀yin àti DSS àti oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn lẹ́jọ́ wà nínú group. Different kind of people ló wà nínú group tí gbogbo yín gbà nínú ẹ̀yẹn àtèmi náà. You don't even know who is in the group. Ẹlòmíì á máa bá yín sọ Yorùbá yẹn náà báyìí, ẹjọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ nínú group, but ẹ mọ ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún. So irú yẹn nísìnyí wá expect kémi káwa máa sọ̀rọ̀ sínú group káwa sọ pé Yorùbá nation yẹn ọ̀la la máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ rally o, àbí wàá lè gbé lọ fún àwọn ọ̀gá wọn lókè. Ṣe rí pé kò lè work, because tẹ bá follow platform yìí, mo sọ tí n bá dẹ̀ sọ òun lẹ́ ń gbọ́ nísìnyí. Gbogbo last week, America, the vice president, the defense secretary, the secretary of state, ó di mẹ́ta, important 3 people pẹ̀lú àwọn bíi mélòó kan, wọ́n open bíi kò ń ṣe WhatsApp, wọ́n ń pè kan ní Signal. Signal yẹn náà dàbí a communication platform. Òun wà encrypted just like WhatsApp, but ó tún wà better ju WhatsApp lọ. Ẹni tó bá yé ló yé, kò ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló mọ̀ yẹn. Àwa like ibi térò bá pọ̀ sí. Torí YouTube yẹn nìkan la wá Yorùbá fẹ́ràn jù ká kọ̀ wá lórí YouTube. Like ká wá lórí Twitter. Màá dẹ̀ sọ purpose tí Twitter ṣe wà important. Kódà Twitter wà more important than any other platform. Nínú pààyàn jàjàngbara or any other thing tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n wá lọ ṣe mistake. Wọ́n lọ add the journalist sínú that same WhatsApp group. Ó wá ń gbọ́ gbogbo tí wọ́n ń sọ títí kan ìjà tó ń lọ t'Amẹ́ríkà ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú Yemen. Ṣe rí pé problem ti dé. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí WhatsApp group, lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ tẹ̀ máa pe roll call. Even if you are 500 people in that group, ẹ pe roll call. Ẹni tẹ́ rí pé kò tẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ sínú group yẹn rí, kí ni purpose tẹ̀ tó fi wà lórí group ẹ̀gbọ́n yọ? But ibi tẹ́mi fẹ́ lọ́kọ́ nìyẹn, I am focused on my own organization and my brand tó ń pè ní Koikimedia. So what we want to do now is I will take you around all the different places starting shape broadcast àbí ibi tẹ́ ti lè rí wa. Ẹlòmíì information tẹ́ ń wá ó wà lórí website wa. We have 2 websites. One is fully dedicated for Yoruba nation. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ wá, bó ṣe àtàkì ilé Ìgbòho ni o, ẹ fẹ́ kọ lẹ́tà síbì kan ni o, ẹ wá information ni o, ẹ̀yẹn lọ síbẹ̀ ẹ bá níbẹ̀. Gbogbo document máa ń kà. Majority of it have been uploaded there. Kódà gbogbo àwọn graphic images kankan wà tẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá fẹ́ extract. But nígbà tá a bá ní enough resources, reason why we need your help. gbogbo àwọn killings tó yẹ ká máa document ibẹ̀ ló yẹ kó lọ but àwọn kankan wà náà a máa sanwó fún because gbogbo àwọn kìíní yóò free. As I speak right now, mixlr tá à ń lò wọ́n ti send owó wọ́n ti send bíìlì sí mi pé aláyé oṣù ti pé àwọn ti lọ sí àkáǹtì àwọn òrówó kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. I am not joking. I will show you now. They couldn't get the money because the money is not there. But ṣọ́ wá dáa káwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi lórí mixlr rí sí ká take one out of this conversation nítorí pé àròwó ta fi san fún mixlr. Tàbádẹ́ sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ẹ support wa ṣe ló máa ń dàbí àtẹ́pà wàhálà tí wọ́n ṣe wá pọ̀ báyìí because àwọn tó kù ò ní much of what I am doing gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ. I am doing a lot from different things. I'm trying to make this a unique discussion. It takes time to set up all these channels. It takes time. Now, ẹ wo build to send sí mi nísìn. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ òun lè rí wájú yín mixlr. Mixlr is a very important tool fún àwọn tó wà nílé tán ní internet. Ẹ̀yin á má fara wé àwọn tó wà nílé. Ẹ̀yin lè ní internet. Àwọn tó wà nílé ò ní internet. It is one of the most expensive thing right now ní Nigeria. Olówó ló máa ní internet. Mẹ̀kúnnù tó ì tí jẹun kò lè ní internet. But ẹni tó bá ń gbọ́ wa lórí mixlr ó wà cheaper fún wọn. But nígbà tó bá ní àwọn fẹ́ yọ owó nísìn tó bá máa fi di Monday nísìn tí ì bá sọ owó yìí wọ́n máa disconnected. Ebi kọ́ mo ní platform yẹn àwọn tó ní náà fi ń ṣòwò ní. But it is very important tools as part of this organization pé ká ní. Because right now ó ṣe kò ṣe kódà bó jẹ́ èèyàn kan péré ló ń gbọ́ wa lórí mixlr. It is still important because àwọn ò lè gbọ́ yín wọ́n ò lè wo lórí YouTube ó ti wà expensive fún wọn wọ́n ò lè wo lórí Facebook wọ́n ò ní data yẹn. All this is part of the movement. All this is unique. But tá a bá rówó san nísìn, then what happened? They will shut it down. Then èwo ló ń pè ní mixlr. I will give it to you in a minute now. Just bear with me. Mo kẹ́yìn tí ẹ wà lórí ìkànnì wa ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Now, kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní mixlr? Let me show you what the mixlr is all about. So, òun lẹ́ ń wò yìí. Bí ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí nísìnyí, àwọn kan máa gbọ́ ẹ̀rí pé èèyàn mẹ́ta ló sọ pé ó wà lórí ẹ̀. But nígbà tí ẹni tí à ń sọ fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́ ń gbọ́ platform wa yìí, tẹ́ wà dedicated, tí ẹ dẹ̀ ní ìgbàgbọ́ sí pé Yorùbá Nation gbọ́dọ̀ dé, tẹ́yìn bá subscribe sórí mixlr yìí, kò ń ṣe dandan ní pé ẹ máa gbọ́ níbẹ̀. Ó dà ó lè jẹ́ pé yẹn ibẹ̀ ní notification. How can we have almost the Tibani can work out just the Facebook alone? I have close to 500,000, but people don't get notification. It is deliberate. One more money because Tiba go live, 500,000 people bá ń wò mí. Nigeria will be ending by the next couple of days because in time sọ lórí platform mi, àwọn platform tó kù kò ń ṣe pé mo fi ń dẹnu. They are not saying it. In terms of the uniqueness, gbogbo ẹnu mo lè fi sọ ní bíbá. Mo ṣiṣẹ́ débẹ̀ ni, and we are very proud of the team that we have. But nígbà tá ní mixlr tí ẹ̀yin ò subscribe sí, ìyẹn gan lè kẹ́ share fáwọn family yín nílé. Because our family yìí wọ́n lè wo YouTube tèmi ṣe because I'm doing a video of over 3-4 hours. Èmi ò lè ṣe video 30 minutes. I haven't got the time. Àwọn tó ń ṣe, they are doing very well. Because analysis pọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí than pé kí wá ni mo fẹ́ 30 minutes 3 hours gan tó mi. So gbogbo link yìí dẹ̀ là ń share síta on a daily basis. Mo did instruct àwọn tó ń bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ ni pé tí bá ti go live ebi kí n tó kẹtó rí èmi ní screen ní sí mo ti share síta àwọn náà tuntun ti share. Kò sẹ́ni tó wà lórí Koikimedia WhatsApp group tó máa miss program mi àfi tó bá ráyè láti gbọ́ ní live wá padà lọ gbọ́. All this is important. It is our responsibility. Okay, tí a bá ń bá wàhálà lọ because crisis máa dé. Wọ́n pa Fúlàní 16. Wọ́n ní wọn kì í ṣe Fúlàní pé ọlọ́dẹ ni wọ́n. Ṣé rò pé wọ́n ní react ní Kano? Ìjà máa dé. Ó lè jẹ́ mixlr kan la máa láǹfààní láti lè fi broadcast fẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní diaspora àtàwọn tó wà láfíríkà. But nígbà tẹ́ ẹ bá subscribe, ẹ wá jókòó nígbà tẹ́yìn bá ń dúró pé Koiki máa go live. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti disconnect Koiki. ó lè jẹ́ mi kọ́ ni máa láǹfààní àti wá máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tá a bá ti wà níbi stage kan ó lè jáwọn tíì mi lọ́wọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ tọ́tọ́ bá fẹ́ pass message tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn mẹ́ta péré lọ́ pass message sí àwa náà ní àná àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà láàbúrò tó ń dúró yes I mean I'm not saying that you might not get the message but tó bá shut gbogbo wa down wọ́n mọ ṣẹ́rí àwa tá à ń ṣe ìjàngbara technology mọ gbogbo wa and they can shut any one of us down gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ kò ń ṣe pé èpè àwa kọ́ la ní platform yẹn it doesn't belong to us ẹ máa gbọ́ èbí brother mi Àkàlàmàgò ìjọ ó sì sọ YouTube channel ó gbé wálẹ̀ àwa kọ́ la ní until tá a bá develop tiwa irú yẹn nísìnyí àwa máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó develop kí la ṣe àṣẹ ni ló ṣe ń shut wa down even Donald Trump was shut down by Facebook àwọn ọmọ kó máa padà dé wọ́n ṣọ́ọ̀tì Donald Trump wọ́n ò jẹ́ kó ráyè ṣiṣẹ́ lórí Facebook so eléyìí tó dé yìí nísìnyí they have no other choice òun ni president gbogbo wọn ṣe kí ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ yọ fact check olórí burúkú kan tó máa ń fi sórí Facebook kẹmáì tí kọmẹ́ǹtì bá wá gba dànù wá gba yín dànù iṣẹ́ táwọn ṣe nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ náà lọ ń jẹ́ kẹ́yìn tẹ̀ ń kọ́mẹ́ǹtì yẹn èyí tẹ̀ ń wá wò wá náà wọ́n ń reduce many things tó jẹ́ pé ẹlòmíì máa wọ́n dà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ Koiki a lè comment a lè share ẹlòmíì ò lè share program wa technology ló restrict yín àwọn tí à ń bá jà ara ìjà tán ẹlòmíì tí máa ń sọ fún yín kò ń ṣe Fúlàní nìkan lè ń bá jà. We are not fighting Fulani alone. We are fighting multiple people. Àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n rí pé táwọn ará bíi bá bọ́ pẹ́rẹ́ tó bá lọ pẹ́rẹ́. Àwọn ilé ló máa rán yàn lọ sí space o. Àwọn ilé ló máa design kan báyìí o. Àwọn ilé ló máa ṣe kan báyìí o. Ó bẹ́tà ká má jẹ́ kó lọ. So that is your MixLR. Ẹ̀yin follow ẹ̀ kò ń ṣe dandan ni pé kẹ́ gbọ́ níbẹ̀. But àwọn family yín tó wà nílé ẹ̀yin ẹ ṣe kí ni ẹ̀yin ẹ bá wa send ẹ̀ sí wọn. All these are links that we will continue to push out. Fẹ́yìn tí ẹ fẹ́ platform wa tí wọ́n ń pè ní Koikimedia WhatsApp group. Ní kẹ́ wá dáwó níbẹ̀, gbowó níbẹ̀. Gbogbo owó tí bá ní káwọn èèyàn dá fún mi, èmi ni máa jáde ni wọ́n wá sọ níbí báyìí. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter, which we are going to do right now. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí Twitter. Let's come out of this again. Alẹ́ to start with is níbo gangan ni Koikimedia wà lórí social space tó wà láyé yìí. We have about billions of people, but ìwọ̀nba àwa tí à ń follow movement yìí a gbọ́dọ̀ lè wà strategic pé Koiki àwọn ògbúrò ẹ̀ ṣé kò ń ṣe pé Twitter nìkan ló ti ń operate. Tẹ́ bá dé Twitter ẹ máa rí pé lóòótọ́ ó dẹ̀ operate níbẹ̀. So now let's take you going back to another Twitter. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sórí Twitter nísìn ká lọ wo our Twitter account. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa lálẹ́. Tonight is more of engagement. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gbogbo ẹni tó fẹ́ support wa kí a lè fi ṣe gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó wà níwájú wa ẹ fún wa ní support yẹn financially. Most importantly, because the work ahead is not yet done. Àìtí ìgbà country yẹn à ń push pé kó wá sí ìmúṣẹ ní ìgbà tí a máa lè jàǹfààní ẹ̀ láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà nínú ọdún yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe fẹ́ nìyẹn. I don't want to come back next year ká tún máa drag ẹ̀ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ take gbogbo risk yẹn ní year yìí. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run máa fún wa ṣe tí ò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa káàkiri gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo fẹ́ tún gbé yín lọ sórí Twitter. Gbogbo àwọn links yẹn they will push them out. Fẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń béèrè fún àwọn links yẹn. You okay? Go and tell your brother is at home. I'm coming. So let's take you to Mumbai Mabino. Mo really make a comment because of what I'm doing right now. But ẹni tó bá need any link or any message, tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter, orí Twitter ẹ bá gbogbo ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀, tẹ́ bá lórí Facebook ẹ bá níbẹ̀. Mo kí àwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi lórí Twitter space. Twitter space yẹn náà ẹ máa bá wa send ẹ̀ síta. Twitter space yẹn is a very important tool. But I just pray that many of us understand all these that we are saying. kọ́lọ̀ má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ kó tó yé wa. Bear with me because I'm still trying to bring bókè ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti miss wa fún 2 weeks lórí. Okay, so bá a ṣe sọ lẹ́ǹkan, we are $30 to pay for our mixlr. Èyí tí mo sọ nìyẹn every month for free. So tí n bá ní $30, that means that mixlr tí mo fi wọ̀nyí lẹ́ǹkan yẹn kán bá ń bà ṣe kò ṣeé gbọ́. Ó dẹ̀ wà very important. Now, let's take you out of there. Let me close my Gmail before I go and open something else I don't have to see to the public. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí Twitter. The Twitter is one unique platform. Wọ́n pè ní X, as in X for X-ray. Ìgbà kan ni à ń pè ní Twitter, but a lè mẹ́nu kúrò láti má máa pè ní Twitter because it is still the only way táwọn èèyàn lè tètè understand. Tó bá sọ pé XXX, ṣe làwọn èèyàn máa pé kí ló ń sọ lẹ́nu. Mo ń bọ̀. The system is running slow because it's quite heavy. We run more than enough work on it, but it is what it is. So the Twitter is breaking, the page is breaking, but I will retry it again. I'm not sure why, but I will retry it again. Let me close OKT open. So now, ẹni tó ní Twitter yìí tá à ń pè ní X. So this is my home page. Home page mi lélẹ̀. Fẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń wò mí ní orí gbogbo àwọn channels tẹ́ tí ń wò wá tó jẹ́ screen. Ẹ rí nísìnyí pé a ní 47,000 followers. Èmi náà follow over 822 people. Majority are from Biafra, Igbo, and some other different journalists and media channels. Èmi náà follow. Ẹ rí pé ìta pin mọ́lẹ̀ òun nígbà tí ọmọdé yẹmọ tó wá sí London Ìgbòho ṣà òun lè rí. Tá bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí lẹ́lẹ́yìn kó fẹ́, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wá wa níbi tá a wà in terms of where we are communicating from. Very, very important. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wá wa rí níbẹ̀. Ó wà very, very important. Very, very important. So Twitter tá à ń pè ní X. Now, tẹ́ bá wo right yín nísìn. Ẹ kàn wo right yín on the screen. I hope you can see it. Yeah. Ẹ jẹ́ n gbé wálẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí. Òun ló wà lábẹ́ kámẹ́rà mi. Tẹ́ bá wo ibi tí picture mi ti ń jáde, orí mi ti ń jáde, ẹ wò sàlẹ̀. Ẹ rí pé right there, 5 different Twitter space ló wà on. Kí ló ń pè ní Twitter space? Twitter space dàbí ibi tí èèyàn ti ń bá àwọn community sọ̀rọ̀. Níbi tí èèyàn ti ń engage community. Apparently ti Sky News yẹn ẹ rí. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé kámẹ́rà mi kúrò níbẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rí ti Sky News yẹn. So let me move my camera to the right hand side or move it to another area of the screen. Or can reduce a little bit for now. Now, tẹ́ bá wo camera mi nísìn again, mo ti adjust the camera yẹn. Ẹ rí pé ẹ rí ti Sky News. Ẹ rí ti àwọn Simon Ekpa. Ẹ rí Koikimedia also is currently live on the Twitter space. Àwọn kan ń gbọ́ mi lórí Twitter space anonymously. Bí àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn spy, àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún government ní àgbáyé, wọ́n fi mọ̀ kí arákùnrin yìí sọ, òfin fọ́kòkò ọbẹ̀ wa àbí o rò pé ìwọ ló mọ̀ọ́rọ̀ sọ jù, ìwọ ló gbọ́n jù, àwa náà monitor yín. Èmi náà máa ń lọ gbọ́ àwọn program kan mo ní fẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé mo wà níbẹ̀. Màá click on anonymous. Àwọn tó click on anonymous nísìn, mò ń rí wọn báyìí nísìn. Brother mi Rugi Giant wà ń bí báyìí, ọmọ Biafra kan wà ń bí báyìí. Mo rí ọmọ Ọlá, mo rí ọmọ Akin. But àwọn kan náà wà nínú space yìí nísìn. Wọ́n ń gbọ́ mi dáadáa bí ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. But wọ́n ní react because wọ́n ti sọ fún Twitter space yẹn pé àwọn ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé Koiki ó mọ̀ pé mo wà lábẹ́ ètò yìí. Some are for good reasons, while some are for evil reasons. Torí mi náà máa ń lọ gbọ́ àwọn program kan tí mo fẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé mo wà níbẹ̀. So now, kí ni advantage Twitter? Advantage ẹ̀ ni pé òun wà up to date ju gbogbo platform tẹ́ ní lọ, including your WhatsApp. Message tó máa wá sórí WhatsApp á ti jáde lórí. Kódà tẹ́ bá fẹ́ verify anything láyé níbi tí ayé délé ní pé ẹ fẹ́ kọ́ verify kankan pé ẹ wà ẹ sure too much. Tẹ́ bá kọ́kọ́ lọ sórí Twitter, tẹ́ bá punch ẹ̀ sínú ẹ̀. Ẹ wá máa wo reaction tí ẹ ń béèrè fún yẹn. Let's ask now. Láti àárọ̀ nísìn, à ń gbọ́ pé Wike ti collapse, ó ti paralyze, àwọn kan ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. But tẹ́ bá type in nínú search engine yẹn nísìn, tẹ́ bá type in Wike, ẹ rí pé ó gbé jáde Wike or Wike collapse or Wike and Tinubu. Ẹ máa click on Wike collapse. A wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fún yín ní up to date. Ẹ wá máa refresh ẹ̀. Èyí tó mú jáde ní since about 4 hours ago. But ẹ bá refresh ẹ̀, á fún yín ní the latest in táwọn èèyàn ń sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Wike. Ìyẹn ẹyọ kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi Wike sílẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká type in self-determination sórí ẹ̀. Kákọ̀ fi wo kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Torí kò ń ṣàwà nìkan là ń béèrè fún. Now, search. Again, á lọ round iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Á lọ gbé gbogbo tó relate mọ́ self-determination wá around the globe. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí the first one tó gbé wá. Ó ń sọ nípa Nnamdi Kanu because wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìjà tó ń jà fún ó ń agitate for self-determination of the Biafra. Ìyẹn number one. Ní ìsàlẹ̀, ẹ rí pé woman kan Professor Tully. Why is the court declaration of Israel's occupation of Palestinian territory as an illegal violation of the UN Charter and violation of the right of Palestinians to self-determination? Again, that's another post. Kódà, tẹ́ bá tún lọ sísàlẹ̀, Trump justified needing Greenland as Putin does Ukraine and China, Taiwan. Kódà, tẹ́ bá wo post mi tí mo post lọ́sàn-án, ó wà lára ntara ká sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí bọ̀ torí pé mo ṣe fẹ́ sọ bí tí channel mi wà fún yín, òun là ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ rí pé mo post nípa J.D. Vance. Ta ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Òun lélẹ̀ mo ti prepare tẹ́lẹ̀ fún yín, but mo ti ṣe fídíò kékeré lórí tí mo ti post síta. J.D. Vance is accusing Denmark of neglecting the Greenland and calls for self-determination. Àwa náà ń pè fún self-determination. So tá a bá jáde tán nísìnyí tí Amẹ́ríkà bá tẹ̀ ń béèrè pé kí lẹ̀ ń jà fún gan? In táwọn Denmark àwọn Greenland náà fẹ́ làwa náà fẹ́ self-determination. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn á ṣe é sọ. But wọ́n ní terrorist ní àmàdé ṣe terrorist. Ìjọba òfò màní wà ń gbé ẹ tó ń parọ́ mọ́ wa just like bí Buhari ṣe parọ́ mọ́ gbogbo wa. But nípa jẹ́ pé ibi tẹ́ ti máa gbọ́ mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn tẹ́yìn ò dẹ̀ sí níbẹ̀ tó ń pè ní Twitter because ó wà mọ́ advantage ẹ̀ tún ni pé inú ẹ̀ ẹ lè hashtag inú ẹ̀ ẹ tún lè now let's give an example. Mo fẹ́ post nǹkan kan nísìn mo fẹ́ complain pé intent ṣe fún Yorùbá ò dáa. I think it gives you about 150 words. Even if it's just kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sọ pé Yorùbá nation no going back. Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ type sínú box yẹn. Ẹ wá lo hashtag sign. Ẹ wá sọ pé Tinubu ṣètìrìpó sọ pé Tinubu a terrible president. Tinubu respect the law. A lè lo any one of that. But ìtawà tẹ̀ fẹ́ ni pé Tinubu divide Nigeria. But nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àwa gan create hashtag. Now tá bá ní ká tẹ̀ lo hashtag Yorùbá nation. But nígbà tó yẹ pé gbogbo ibi tí gbogbo wa ti lọ ń gbọ́ program orí Facebook àti YouTube ni how do we create this kind of hashtag tó máa lọ viral? Because orí YouTube nìkan la ti fẹ́ gbọ́ message Yorùbá nation. À ń dúró kí àwọn media tó kù kó post video ká wò ká comment but ìtò ẹ̀ ká máa fi jà. Àlò which is the Twitter. Twitter wà more valuable than any platform. Gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ. Twitter ó wà much value. Ó ní value ju gbogbo èmi ní Facebook lọ, èmi ní YouTube lọ, èmi ní Instagram because ó máa go viral tí gbogbo wa bá lọ if gbogbo Yorùbá tó support Yorùbá nation. Let's just for argument's sake. ká tẹ̀ sọ pé give and take àtẹni tó wà nílé àti Áfíríkà tá a bá kó gbogbo ara wa papọ̀ fáwọn tá náà fẹ́ Yorùbá nation á tó 10 million. Now níbo ni 10 million yẹn wà lórí Twitter? Àárín wọn sí lórí Twitter. The 10 million mo kàn á lè pọ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, but where is the 10 million Yoruba people lórí Twitter? We are not there. Sí níbẹ̀, because we are in different places that is not relevant and that is as useless, and I cannot say more than that. Torí tí bá tún sọ nǹkan míì ó lè tún lọ máa bí ẹ̀yin náà nú. But tá a bá wà lórí Twitter tí 10 million Yoruba people ta lọ hashtag ta dẹ̀ tún ṣe kinní kan máa tún sọ yẹn mo kàn fi monitor mo bọ̀. Apart from pé the 10 million of us are going on Twitter every day, a dẹ̀ lọ type síbẹ̀ Yoruba nation no going back, Yoruba nation is our right, Yoruba nation we no go gree, gbogbo tó bá wọn àkàkọ ká wá máa hashtag ẹ̀ ká tún máa ṣe kíni ká tún wá máa fi táàgì gbogbo ibi tó yẹ ká tag, but we are not doing that. Gbogbo comment tá à ń comment lórí Twitter, lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, tàbá go live, it's okay, but kò sí ìtò dàtọ̀ pé ká lọ comment gangan lórí Twitter. And this is part of why we are educating us again tonight. Bí ṣe ń sọ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nísìn, we might not have the time to do it again. Because tá a bá wà ní night vigil, èmi ò ní lè máa ṣe gbogbo àwọn eléyìí mọ́, àwọn nǹkan míì la máa ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí, but ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní abroad tó yẹ kẹ́ máa assist àwa tá a wà nísàlẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin máa níná, ẹ̀yin máa ní gbogbo nǹkan, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa wá bá wa jókòó sórí Twitter pé hey ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Whatever tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ dáadáa náà ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn. But nígbà tó bá yẹ pé rí YouTube nìkan lẹ ti wá program tẹ́ fẹ́ wò tí wọ́n dẹ̀ tó ti disconnect gbogbo wa lórí YouTube tá a lè go live. Ẹ̀yin á wá máa pariwo lórí Twitter, ẹ wá máa pariwo lórí Twitter, ẹ máa pariwo pé hey àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nílé o, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. But nígbà tí gbogbo yóò sí lórí Twitter, how can we have population of Yoruba people that across board ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa sí lórí Twitter? It doesn't add up. It doesn't help the movement itself. It doesn't help Baba Akintoye. It doesn't help Igboho. It is not late yet. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí app yín, whether Android phone lẹ́ ń lò ní or iPhone tó ń pè ní iOS, ẹ lọ síbẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ download Twitter. It is the most easiest thing to open. Under 3 minutes ẹ ti open ẹ ti ń follow wa. Gbowó lórí ẹ̀ tá a bá sọ pé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ subscribe torí pé mo fẹ́ gbowó lórí ẹ̀. I am not making money out of this. We are not making money. But the responsibility for you to go and subscribe to help the movement. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ pé who is going to pay the price? Tabari pay the price, ara pay the price náà lélẹ̀. Ẹ rò pé easy náà káwa náà máa lọ sórí Twitter ká lọ máa tweet lójoojúmọ́. It is paying the price. Somebody must pay the price. You will pay the price. I will pay the price. Kò ṣe pé ká kàn jókòó sórí Facebook, ká jókòó sórí YouTube, ká máa sọ pé yes, Yoruba nation no going back. No, we will pay the price to go there and do as we are told. It is part of the movement. Kò ń ṣe pé à ń pàṣẹ fún yín. It is just part of the movement. Kò sí irọ́ níbẹ̀. Nígbà tí a bá ti click gbogbo àwọn hashtag yìí, ẹ wá tí wá ṣe kí ni irú Donald Trump yẹn nísìn. Ẹ wá click @ sign. Ẹ ṣàmọ̀ ìtàn pè ní @ sign tó dàbí A tó wá ní cycle lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Òun ló ń pè ní @ sign. The @ sign. The @ sign yẹn nísìn. Ẹ wá ṣe kí ni? Ẹ wá kọ type Trump. Tẹ bá ti type ẹ̀ báyìí, á gbé Donald Trump jáde. Ẹ wá click lórúkọ ẹ̀. Ẹ ti tag Trump nìyẹn. Imagine tí 10 million people bá lọ tag Trump pé Yorùbá máa jáde fún rally o. Ọlọ́pàá ò gbọ́dọ̀ pa wá o. Sójà ò gbọ́dọ̀ pa wá o. Tó bá dé stage kan, àwọn tó bá jẹ́ pé Trump ò rí, àwọn kan máa rí tó máa àwọn lélẹ̀ kẹ̀. Níbo làwọn lè ti jáde kẹ̀? Wọ́n náà ọmọ dáadáa ni. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ aládé ni. Wọ́n náà máa jáde fún rally. Now, mo tún lè gbé picture sí lórí. Mo lè lọ wá picture ìkan náà wọn tá fẹ́ fi ṣe rally. Màá ṣe kí ni? Màá gbé sí. Ṣé ti pé mo ti fi picture sí? Yorùbá Nation Mega Rally. Èmi ti tag Donald Trump nìyẹn. Ẹ tún wá tag gbogbo àwọn tẹ bá mọ̀ as time goes on. Ẹ ní àwọn ẹ máa ti mọ àwọn tẹ fẹ́ tag. ní country tẹ́yìn wà nísìn ẹ̀yin mọ̀ àwọn tó jẹ́ àwọn representative yín gbogbo wọn ló wà lórí Twitter now. Why are we going in afẹ́gbà country? It is part of the job tí gbogbo wa máa ṣe. Ìyá tó pé 80 years old in tó bá lè mú yín comment lórí Facebook àti orí YouTube ẹ lè ṣe the same thing lórí Twitter. In tó bá lè mú ẹ̀yin grandma ẹ̀yin dádì mi ẹ̀yin ò ní láti jáde anywhere torí àgbà ti dé inú ilé lẹ́yìn tí ń gbọ́ wa ẹ̀yin ẹ̀kọ́ ẹni káwọn grandchildren yín bá ń ṣí Twitter tẹ́ bá ẹ kọ́ lọ sórí app yẹn ni ẹ type kódà ẹ lè fi Yorùbá kọ́ ẹ wá lọ táàgì àwọn sínétọ̀ yín ní gbogbo ìlú tẹ́ bá wà ní Amẹ́ríkà ní Canada ní Japan ní South Korea ní ẹ̀yin mọ orúkọ wọn èmi ò mọ orúkọ wọn tí bá fẹ́ táàgì ti UK nísìn mo lè táàgì wọn which is màá kọ́kọ́ kọ number 10 tí bá kọ 10 nísìn ó máa lọ sọ fún mi pé ṣé 10 Downing Street ni mo fẹ́ mò ń bọ̀ ok mò ń bọ̀ tí bá kọ UK sí at UK ó máa ń fún mi ní ti Nàìjíríà the UK in Nigeria because èmi fẹ́ kí UK ti Nàìjíríà mọ̀ pé a máa jáde probability dẹ̀ wà pé embassy máa shut down is a fact because tó bá dé stage kan kò sẹ́ni kankan tó máa lọ sí embassy gbogbo ẹ̀ máa wà shut down Nàìjíríà ń gbóná bọ̀ àwọn 16 tó pa nísìn àwọn mọ́là náà máa rí yàtọ̀ náà máa pa àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò dẹ̀ kọ́ ló pa wọ́n àwọn Ẹdó ni àwọn Ẹdó dẹ̀ believe in Biafra ṣe rí pé jà ń bọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn focus bí lálẹ́ ni pé ká tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ béèrè pé ta ló ń tẹ̀lé wa gangan tó ń sọ pé òun tẹ̀lé wa fún Yorùbá nation iṣẹ́ tá à ń kọ́kọ́ ṣe nísìnyí yẹn náà. So going on the Twitter now tẹ́ bá type in UK ó máa gbé méjì jáde èmi fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Prime Minister wa mọ̀ pé lótìtọ́ a ti fún ẹ ní lẹ́tà ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ tí pé respond but àwa Yorùbá máa react kí ni reaction wa a máa jáde fún rally kò sẹ́ni tó máa dá dúró but a fẹ́ jẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ lórí Twitter pa fẹ́ jáde but nígbà tí 10 million Yorùbá people tó gbà fún Yorùbá nation both home and abroad lọ bá wa máa ṣe yẹn lójoojúmọ́ tá a bá kàn ṣe live nìkan lè fẹ́ wá tá a bá tètè ó dàárọ̀ ó tún dìjọ́ no kò tí ì dàárọ̀ 24/7 ní Twitter fi wà on orí fóònù yín náà ló wà kò ní gé yín jẹ kò ní yọ more than data yín especially yín tẹ́ wà labroad tó yẹ pé full ẹlòmíì tẹ̀ ní internet kò mọ bó ṣe pé lò ẹ lọ máa lò fún Twitter now even if it's just a dedication of 3 tweets in a day ṣèbí gbogbo yín lọ ẹmọ bẹ ṣe máa ń ṣe prayer láàárọ̀ irú Muslim nísìnyí wọ́n máa kí wákàtí 5 bẹ ṣe kí wákàtí 5 yẹn ẹ ṣe máa ṣe the same thing náà fún Twitter. These are what we need to prepare for because at in this stage kan nísìn ní time lọ́dọ̀ tiwa mọ́ láti ṣàlàyé àwọn kankan wà nísìn tí bá ti ṣàlàyé nísìn I will not have the time to do so anymore. So ẹni tó ò ní Twitter ẹ mú fóònù yín nísìn ẹ tẹ̀ kúrò lórí broadcast ẹ fìbínú lọ download ẹ kẹ register kẹ dẹ̀ follow wa and do as you can do. Now mo click lórí UK màá tún padà lọ sórí @sign màá tún click UK again màá tún lọ mú ti kíni ẹ wá tún wá lè táàgì different media network pé rally ń bọ̀ ẹ tí gbọ́ nísìnyí tó bá di gbàsgbòs ẹ follow Koikimedia ẹ follow àwọn tó wà lórí Twitter tó jẹ́ àwọn tó ń ṣe self determination ẹ rí i pé ní on the right yẹn Sky wà on over 49,000 ṣọ́ra àwọn ní large followership millions làwọn ní so ìyẹn tag àwọn náà torí a fẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn tó ń wo Sky News náà kọ́ mọ̀ pé wàhálà ń bọ̀ Nàìjíríà mo ti tag Sky News at Sky News màá fi at CNN all these are pé mò ń tag wọn bí ṣe ń tag wọn yẹn message tí mo type yìí tí mo kọ pé Yorùbá nation no going back with my flyer ó máa automatically send the signal sọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n gbogbo àwọn tó wà lórí CNN at some point they would have no choice than to see all these but tó bá jẹ́ pé mi nìkan ni mò ń push ẹ̀ tẹ́yìn tó kù ò bá wa push ẹ̀ tí bá post tán nísìn ààrẹ ẹni tó máa bá wa retweet ẹ̀ ìyẹn another problem àdẹ̀nà afẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation agbọ́dọ̀ ṣe jù báyìí lọ mo bẹ̀ wá torí Ọlọ́run agbọ́dọ̀ ṣe jù báyìí lọ so now ẹ tún fún mi lórúkọ àwọn senator yín lamẹ́ríkà èmi ò mọ̀ wọ́n but àwọn ti UK mo mọ̀ so mo lè type in David Lammy òun ló sọ pé bàbá àwọn a máa ṣe 50 years more David Lammy lele is the current UK Secretary of State mo lè lọ type in because èmi mọ̀ àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan Rubio ìyẹn ni ti àwọn ti America Secretary of State Marco Rubio ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lamẹ́ríkà gbogbo àwọn sínétọ̀ yín yẹn ẹ máa táàgì wọn lójoojúmọ́ tó bá dé stage kan wọ́n á pè yín pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan ẹ wá ṣàlàyé fún wọn tẹ́ ẹ bá wá lè ṣàlàyé ẹ wá ọ̀kan náà àwọn mídíà àbí àwọn tẹ́ máa ní kọ́ bá yín tètè pé bàbá kí tó yè pé wọ́n need the letter but when we are not doing all this we are sitting down waiting for a live transmission on YouTube alone then we are not doing anything we are not helping the movement. So màá tún ṣe kí ni mo tún máa lọ type Trump because mo fẹ́ kí ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà kó ní sympathy because ìyàwó Tinubu ò ní sympathy fáwa ẹ wá lọ wá ìyàwó Trump náà ẹ click lè màá tún ṣe UNPO at UNPO màá tag wọn as many as you can remember you continue to tag them until tó máa sọ pé ẹ ti wà enough ẹ ní lè type nǹkan kan mọ́ so ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wo màá tún lọ ṣe even though àwọn pé BBC wà biased but we continue to tag them. mo ń bọ̀ àtúnṣe kí ni at Ion àwọn channel kan tó wà tẹ́ pé àwọn máa ní more sympathy ju BBC lọ àwọn first post ọ̀dọ̀ ìyàwó mi tọmọ India yẹn first post ẹ̀ tún lọ ṣe kí ni ẹ̀ fi síbẹ̀ until all this now is like you are preparing tẹ́ bá ti wá ṣe gbogbo eléyìí tán ẹ̀ wá ṣe kí ni tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ń wò sàlẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ rí pé cycle yẹn sọ fún yín pé ó ti fẹ́ full ẹ̀ rí pé ó ń blue tó bá ti wà ní full blue kò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ type nǹkan kan mọ́ that means ó ti wà full nìyẹn as many as you can remember mo tún èmi máa ń type many different ones náà ni màá tún fi Japan sí embassy wọn ní Nàìjíríà kọ́ máa retí wa pa à ń bọ̀ gbogbo wọn so again màá tún wo àwòrán la tún lè fi ṣe Fox News mo ní láti lọ ṣe tíì fọmọ yín so I'm gonna stand up in a few minutes so màá tún wá another one NBC these are powerful network àwọn wọ́n ní kìmí wọ́n lówó Ọlọ́run jẹ́ káwa náà lè di stage yẹn in the long run so now nígbà tẹ́ bá ti wá prep gbogbo eléyìí tán ẹ wá click post now tí bá wá post ẹ̀ nísìn báyìí tẹ́mi post ẹ̀ nísìn how many people ló bá mi lọ retweet it that is where the problem is I have posted this now àwa máa wá jókòó pé ta ló máa bá wa retweet now let me give you just one person nísìn mo ń bọ̀ o mo kàn máa mú ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí let's see mo kàn fi múyàn kan at random ẹ tẹ̀lé máa tó ẹgbẹ́ just kákọ̀ múyàn kan at random mo ń bọ̀ ẹ wò now ẹ jẹ́ ká wo Teniola yìí nísìn ọmọ glass decking slab don enter Nigeria test and trusted ẹ wo iye èèyàn tó it's a 28-second post and 692,000 people have watched it kí lè lè ní ṣe pé eléyìí tó ní slab ti wà ní Nàìjíríà kò mọ̀ pé ogun bọ̀ báyìí nísìn torí as far as táwọn ṣe wà concern Nàìjíríà wà òkè fún un bó ṣe bí ẹni tí tó bá let me just leave that for now but ẹ wo iye àwọn tó ti retweet 859 4.1k view 4.1k love these are how you would work ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wọ arákùnrin nísìn tá à ń pè ní Timov the president of Kiev School of Economics ó post the video kan ní 23 hours ago 3.5 million people have watched it do you know what 3.5 million people are that is a powerful message over 1.3k retweet 431 comments ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí ìtẹ́mi post ní just few seconds ago sister mi Arewa Elele nísìn every time I'm helping her to push only Sultan of Sokoto does not dictate for Yoruba Muslim he can give his order to his northern people wọ́n ní breaking news moon has been signed in Nigeria fasting may continue tomorrow kò ní ṣoríire Sultan of Sokoto you no go better for you you are not our leader as an Islamic scholar you can be for your northern people but not for Yoruba people olórí burúkú Shaitan of Sokoto now sister mi nísìn she's not getting anybody to help her to retweet it àwa dẹ̀ ń push Shaitan of Sokoto nìkan nínú comment section when we should also be telling the world that olórí burúkú ni bàbá ẹ̀ Fúlàní ni these are very important tools now ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wò ó tèmi tweet nísìn èèyàn méjì péré lórí Twitter because àwọn èèyàn tó wà lórí Twitter wa so I hope the message is clear mo ní láti lọ ṣe tí ìfọmọ yìí I have to stand up for a few seconds I'm gonna come back in a minute but I'll keep you engaged with something before we come back. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Like I said, even if it's going to take me 3 hours to explain this, and we come back and do the program some other time or tomorrow, it is important that you know where we are. Will be channels or I will be telling you that in a few minutes, but for now, let's go on a short interlude and I'll be coming back in just about a few minutes. Orukotemini OLAYOMI KOIKI. This will keep you busy until I come back on my seat. This was the engagement between Professor Akintoye and Ruben Agbati.
That's all. But there seems to be some confusion in Yoruba land. I see that maybe perhaps the generality of the people do not feel as passionate about self-determination. And secondly, there is all kinds of positions. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are talking about self-determination.
You don't know this. You don't know the nature of the Yoruba society. You don't. Most of the young people, and they are the majority in Yoruba land, want the self-determination of their Yoruba nation. That's the truth of the matter. That's what is keeping the movement going. And they are also doing so in the diaspora. Yoruba young men and women all over the world want their own country, separate from Nigeria. You cannot deny that. No matter how much you want to pander to the government, you cannot deny that. But that's the truth.
But anyway,
the important thing, however, and I'm surprised that you are not talking about that, is that the Yoruba people who are fighting for self-determination are telling the world and telling themselves that they will do it only peacefully. We are Yoruba. We know our status in the world. We know our status in the black world. We do not want to destroy the peace of Nigeria, and we do not want to bring difficulty into the lives of any other group in Nigeria. But we want to get out of Nigeria. That's it.
Well, Prof, you are a strong member.
And you're not talking about that. You are asking me questions. You are asking me questions as if what Onitiri did has the support of the majority of Yoruba people who want self-determination. It is not true.
Well, Prof,
she has a small minority of a section that is ready to do illegalities. A year ago, they went and attacked a radio station in Ibadan, and so on. Now this year, they are attacking the entire government of Ibadan, and so on. No, but we have never sent anybody to go and do that, and we do not support it or encourage it. Prof, and we think it is criminal.
Prof,
and so if they get punished for their criminality, we have no objection to that.
Prof, you are a strong member.
You cannot, because of them, generalize opposition to self-determination. You cannot.
Well, Prof, you are a strong member of the Unity Party of Nigeria, also a very strong member of Afenifere. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are now talking about self-determination. What is the difference, in these two ideological positions?
Our fathers in Afenifere are doing the right thing, talking about restructuring, so that we can go back and live our own life the way we used to live it prosperously. They're doing the right thing. There is nothing wrong with that. But we, another group of people, larger in number than they, are now saying, no, self-determination is the answer, not restructuring. Why? Because when you restructure, you are still in Nigeria. The people who are coming and disrupting your life and destroying your farms and killing your women and raping your mothers and daughters and so on are still Nigerians. They still have a right to come to Nigeria. The only final solution to that is to separate, so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, to which we admit only people we want to admit. So nobody can claim that they have a right to come to our land. They don't have such a. But as long as we are in Nigeria, no matter what restructuring is done, they still have the right to come to our land and do the things that we are doing. Nobody is talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms. I am not hearing that. I'm hearing only about government. I'm not hearing about people. You are not talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms and that the Yoruba nation is in danger of famine upon famine upon famine for years and years to come. You are not talking of the fact that the Fulani declared war on Nigeria on the 24th of January and 26th of January and said that Tinubu is not our president. We are going to Aso Rock. We will take over the seat of government there, and we will use this place to organize the conquest of the rest of Nigeria. You're not talking about that. You are not talking of people who said no Fulani man must be arrested for the bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba in Nigeria. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on. Why do our...
Well, Prof, let me ask you this. Self-determination,
you are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, but what I'm saying is that your opinion rigorously avoids the truth. Rigorously.
But Prof,
avoids the truth.
Nigeria, as Onigo Chiche told us in his research on ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, has over 300 ethnic nationalities. Will you recommend self-determination to all the other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria? For all these nationalities to break away?
Those who want it don't ask me a general question. I'm asking for self-determination for a nation, the Yoruba nation. There are about 60 million people in Nigeria, and their territory is large enough to be a large country. So that's what I'm talking about. Any other nationality in Nigeria that wants self-determination is free to ask for it. I cannot come and ask for self-determination for nations that are not mine. No.
Well, Prof, as we have this, we're having this conversation. You are in Cotonou, Republic of Benin. Not too long ago, after Chief Sunday Igboho returned to Nigeria.
That's all.
But there seems to be some confusion in Yoruba land. I see that maybe perhaps the generality of the people do not feel as passionate about self-determination. And secondly, there is all kinds of positions. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are talking about self-determination.
You don't know this. You don't know the nature of the Yoruba society. You don't. Most of the young people, and they are the majority in Yoruba land, want the self-determination of their Yoruba nation. That's the truth of the matter. That's what is keeping the movement going. And I
thought I will be back before before that video will end, but apparently the video is still ongoing. We are live at the moment. I'm on a program at the moment, sir. We're live on the program right now. Okay then, all right. Yeah.
Kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin Yorùbá àtàtà, tẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń pè ní self-determination, freedom. So tẹ bá wò ẹ rí i pé ní Nàìjíríà kò sí freedom of speech, freedom after speech ló wà. Ó dẹ̀ tún léwu pé jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń gbèrò pé kó ṣẹlẹ̀ kò sí kankan tí ìjọba dá sínú ẹ̀. Ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ ní Ondo State, tó ń lọ ní Ekiti State, ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ ní Ọ̀ṣun State, tí àwọn màrúdà sí yẹn láì màrúdà sí tán wá ṣe ṣégè fún everybody, tí wọ́n mú gbogbo ìlú, tó ń dàrú tó kò dẹ̀ sí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tó dá sí. But wọ́n lè lọ sí Rivers State kan máa sọ pé wọ́n ṣe kankan tó wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ landlord of Rivers State kan tó ń ṣe wọ́n nìyẹn. Sòtẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ dìde kẹgbà wálẹ̀ àwọn Kóìkì tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ every time ní gbogbo bàbá yẹn fi ṣe ìjàngbara tó dẹ̀ tó advice everyone information ló ń pàṣẹ sí nǹkan tí gbogbo wa ní ìdí sí ni pé kí gbogbo wọn káàsó wọn pọ̀ gbogbo àwọn wátáwá diaspora bá ṣe máa support tó tí rally yẹn tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ so that any area tí ẹ̀yin bá ti mọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣẹ̀dí owó wọ́n á fi máa jẹ wọ́n ọtí tá a máa fi gba Yorùbá nation torí táwa bá dìde ń sè wàhálà ló máa dálẹ̀ ṣé ìgbà tíṣẹ̀ tí bàbá débẹ̀ lẹ fẹ́ ṣe pé ẹ fẹ́ gbà kínní ẹ rí gbogbo itú tí Buhari pa eléyìí herders and farmers kíná ti ń pè fight ṣé nǹkan tó dáa fún gbogbo everybody nìyẹn àfi ká gba wàhálẹ̀ ká ní freedom tiwa gbogbo àwọn kan wá dúró wọn máa sọ pé ìjẹbàgbà Yorùbá ṣèjì kí ẹ fẹ́ fi jẹun ṣẹ́yìn ò nílẹ̀ ni gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní diaspora irú èmi sì mo ti lò more than 2 years ní London ká má lè lọ ṣe kankan ní ìgbèríko wa àdẹ̀ lè sọ àwọn kan ṣì wà àwọn ọ̀kan wà tó jẹ́ 60, 65, 70, 75 tí wọ́n ṣì ń believe wọ́n Nàìjíríà nígbà tó ti fẹ́ wọ́n kòtò èmi lè jà wọ́n yẹn lọ. tó ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa di o gbogbo bíi Yorùbá Wuyì Dédìké Àṣàkẹ́ TV Kóìkì àti Bàbá Èkìtì àti Ọmọdúnkà Dr. Zabi ṣé Kúnara ní àbí Lady Kúnara àti Kentos gbogbo wọn ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ là ń gbọ́ ń bí tó ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ o Kóìkì sọ pé òun fẹ́ funds any little contribution I help gbogbo ìjà ìgbára yìí gbà tá a bá ṣe rí i pé ó máa dáa fúnlẹ̀ wa àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sọ wá wọ́n dà wá papọ̀ wọn ò fẹ́ kẹ́ a lọ torí wọ́n mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa la máa lọ lé a máa create unemployment fún wọn ni gẹ́gẹ́ tí mi torí gbogbo iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe visa fi sọ́pọ̀tì àwọn tí ó kó wa papọ̀ yìí àwa lọ dá wọn ní rí employment wọn ò lè rí gbogbo àwa tí à ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn gbogbo àwọn doctors nurses gbogbo we have human resources tó jẹ́ pé it's on level in the whole world gbogbo tàwọn ti America Canada UK Europe gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ Africa títí dé West Indies nísàlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ Brazil Argentina gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Yorùbá pọ̀ tó ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ dìde jàfójó ojú ló máa dìde tó máa jà fún ẹ o kò sẹ́ni kankan tó máa gba ẹni kankan lẹ̀ o gẹ́gẹ́ àti gbogbo èyí tí Trump ṣe yẹn ó tara ẹ̀ ní o tó ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká dìde o ká gba wa lẹ̀ o ẹ jẹ́ ká dìde o ká gba wa lẹ̀ o ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ o gbogbo àwọn tó sọ pé wọn lè ṣe there are a lot of resources ṣé ẹ̀yin mọ̀ pé the deepest ocean odò ló wà tó sọ pé ìyà ọ̀rẹ́ ó lè kú the deepest ocean tó jẹ́ pé ó deep tí heavy ship irú liner yẹn ó lè láì níbẹ̀ the liner Atlantic liner tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fi ra ṣe holiday ó lè láì níbẹ̀ gbogbo resources tá a ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀jẹ̀ bí bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí gbọ́ pé àwọn gọ́fúnọ̀sì wọn ò dá sí gbogbo ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn farmers herders classes. Ṣé classes yẹn àbí wọ́n kọ̀ kó ẹranko wá jẹ ọkọ wa? Ẹ̀yin gbà mọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwa. Ẹ̀yin kò bọ́ fún àwọn tó jẹ pé wọ́n tún jẹ òkú wa tó ń bá gbogbo nǹkan jẹ́. Ẹ̀yin dìde ẹ sọ pé kan ẹ bá fún ọfà ẹ gbà kí lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ẹ bá ti gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ lọ́kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa dé. Èyí tí wọ́n fi kọ́rùn ẹ̀ tún gbà á. Ẹ̀yà kọ́ bọ́ ṣe máa tọ́jà wá lọ níbi ògiri kan kẹ́ máa gbẹ́jẹ́ lè máa ṣá lọ́sọ̀ ògiri yẹn. Ẹ tún kó ìṣàyẹ̀ ẹ tún kó sí ẹ ní ìlú òdu ẹ̀. Àwọn kò yẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà ọdún ní lásìkò. Àbí níjẹta kọ́ ni àbí jẹ ọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn o. Ṣáwọn yẹn lẹ fẹ́ máa jọ gbé? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ dìde o. Ẹ dìde kẹjẹ ká sọpọ́ọ̀tì àwọn arábí yìí o. Gbogbo àwọn tó fẹ́ jà gbàgbà gbogbo ẹgbẹ̀rún ló ti rẹ́ni ó ti sú everybody. Àwọn àgbàgbà fẹ́ lọ lé àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó fẹ́ japa. Ṣé gbogbo wàhálà tí wọ́n ṣe japa bí tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó ti gbogbo rẹ̀ ni everybody máa sọ pé wọ́n ti fẹ́ wá sí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ dìde bí ológun o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gba wàhálà o. Ẹ support Koikimedia o pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn yòókù o. Àdúrà àgbà o. Òmìnira wa bàbá Akíntóyè ló máa gbé òmìnira yẹn ló máa gbá síyá yẹn lẹ̀. Mo sì sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn lélẹ́yìí láàárọ̀ yìí mo sì sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn. Mo send message sí wọn. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ lọ gbáradì o. Fílàlì bá ti dé, we are going to support all of you. Ẹ dẹ̀ support Sunday Igboho. I might give you directives, you obey. So bí kìíní yẹn bó ṣe rí nìyẹn o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ wá ṣe máa ṣe tó máa dáa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè ṣe ṣọ́ọ̀bù yẹn ká finish it end this year and forget about it and we start our own nation. Ọlọ́run á gbà fún wa o.
Àmín.
Gbogbo èrò wa òun sọ.
Àmín.
So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn o.
Ẹ ṣe gan-an sọ.
My son, ẹ ṣé o, ó jẹ́ bá mi kí big brother and everybody àti àwọn ọmọ Oòduà o.
Àjíṣẹ́, ẹ ṣé gan-an ni bàbá wa. We're grateful to have you on the show and enlighten us as one of our elder in the Yoruba Nation cause. Àìmọye wọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n fún wa ní advice ìmọ̀ràn ní background àkí bàbá wa pé wọ́n tún láǹfààní àti ìdarapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní àṣálẹ́ yìí àtúmọ̀ àríyìn bá ọ. Ẹ ṣé gan-an ni bàbá wa. Thank you so much, we're grateful.
Thank you.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an sir. Thank you. So, owó láti gbọ́ tí àwọn dádì wa is here in the UK. He has lived here for over 52 years plus. You can imagine. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Dádì wa ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. I just thought we should show you quickly what he was explaining. Ondo deep sea port will enhance social economic development, says Bajowa. This was even before Akeredolu died. 2 years ago precisely. A retired general, Dr. Oluyemi Bajowa, has hailed the federal government over approval of the Ondo Sea port, saying the port will enhance the social economic development of the state. Bajowa, while congratulating the people of Ondo State and Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, late now, for his effort towards eventual approval, added that the approval, to the best of my knowledge and understandable, is the best dividends of democracy. But the question is, what has been out of it since then? All these are big, magnificent projects tó ń bọ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá nígbà tí abádélẹ̀ lè rí láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà lágbára Ọlọ́run. But ká tó kọ́kọ́ débẹ̀, a kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀, where do you get to listen to us? Let me take us back quickly to the video of Baba Kitoye and the Dr. Ruben Abati talking about self-determination. Look at the Guardian newspaper in the UK. But let's quickly move forward in the broadcast this evening. J.D. Vance is the vice president of the United States of America. He was in Greenland few days ago, and you can see the headline is accusing Denmark of neglecting the green land and is now calling that self-determination must be allowed. This is the kind of message that the Nigerian government would have to listen to from the US government when the Yoruba people eventually pushed out before the end of this year for their mega rally. Very, very important. I posted the video earlier, but this is the full article. J.D. Vance accused Denmark with ethnic neglect. Imagine, let's say that, let's put it in the perspective of the Yoruba people. Under our own perspective, under our own rules of engagement as we are pushing out for the mega rally. Once again, you're listening on this VN coming from the Koikimedia studio in London. Today being the 29th of March 2025, and at Sofa many places that Limariwawo. Don't rely only on YouTube and Facebook. You must also follow us on Twitter. Lórí ìkànnì wa tó ń pè ní Koikimedia. Thank you so much fẹ́yìn tí ẹ tútù lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí Twitter tó ń pè ní X. It is one of the most unique places to push our message. But many Yoruba people, Tana Johnshe Yoruba Nation, are not going there for whatever reason to help us to retweet, to help us to get our messages out. Important. Very, very important that you would listen to follow all these instructions. Twitter, known as X, one of the most powerful tools among all the social media networks. Mo pray pé púpọ̀ nínú yín ẹ download ẹ̀ fáwọn tó bá tó gbọ́ VN. But let's go back to self-determination. Video tá a máa listen sí nísìn, òun ni the Vice President of the United States of America, J.D. Vance, ó accuse Denmark pé wọ́n neglect ibìkan tó ń pè ní Greenland. Ó wá ń sọ pé àwọn ará abẹ́ ní àwọn fẹ́ self-determination. Just like báwa náà ṣe ń sọ pé a fẹ́ self-determination, but láti orí ìjọba Buhari títí dórí Tinubu ṣe ni wọ́n fi etí kún bí ìgbà tí wọ́n gbọ́n tá à ń sọ. Bí ó dìgbà tí Amẹ́ríkà bá wá fún wọn ní lashes. But America ò ní wá dá sí because America might not have the interest pé kí Yorùbá dá dúró. Wọ́n mọ̀ ìdí tó ṣe ń lé Greenland. It is benefit for them. But there will be relationship between us and the United States of America. But tá a bá jáde gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa náà ṣe láti push out and continue to determine our lives, then we might end up not getting what we are asking for. But tá a bá jáde, we are likely to achieve all these quickly. And that is the reason why Tashin sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé when we come out for the rally, when we are asked to come out, everybody must do so. Àtọmọ kékeré, àtàgbàlagbà, àtẹni tó ní physical challenge, it does not matter. Everybody must come out as at the time tó bá ní ká jáde. So mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Now, let's listen quickly to what he has to say. But before I play the video, let me quickly read the article slightly. The United States Vice President has accused Denmark of underinvesting in Greenland security, just like Nigeria has not invested in the security of the Yoruba people in also the similar case. Táwọn bá ní wọ́n invest ní Greenland, àwa náà rí i pé after tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ti kú, the whole of the regional government was destroyed. We have told you that from the article tí a ti kà tẹ́lẹ̀ rí tí bàbá Akíntóyè ní ká máa fi ṣe kíni, ká máa fi engage ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. And what is that article? The article that stated clearly, very, very clearly, that the Yoruba people were everything was destroyed after tí Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ ti lọ. They destroy everything. Ó wà nínú the good news, the guideline to the prosperity. We have read it many times and we will not be tired to read it again and again. Very, very important. But if America is complaining about Greenland, they might not complain on your behalf about the one inside Nigeria. It is our own responsibility and duty to tell the international community about our plight inside what is known as Nigeria today. And that is exactly what we are doing on a daily basis by educating and preparing us. If you look at this screen in front of you right now, as Professor Akintoye says, the good news path to prosperity in our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yoruba, written by Professor Adebanji Akintoye as one of our manifesto, one of our guidelines, one of our source. In it, according to Professor, this is a manifesto from those of us who are fighting for our sovereign Yoruba nation, our independent Yoruba country, separate from Nigeria. It is important that every Yoruba sons and daughters have access to this document. Again, how do you get access to this document? It is already on our website, and I can show you that quickly as well. When you go on the Koikimedia International News.com, again, Koikimedia International News.com, you go on that website, you go click on Yoruba People. That is why we created that section. More updates will be coming on there. You click on Yoruba People. Right there and there, you can download it's not an article, it's a manifesto. This is the Yoruba manifesto towards our way out of telling Yoruba people it is far better, well documented, well written in a simple English, why we will be better off having our own Yoruba country as against being part of what Britain created called Nigeria. While we can be able to quickly build this beautiful deep sea port in Ondo State, where ship liner, big one, àwọn tó ń lọ fún holiday, the shipping cruise. I don't think some of you know what they look like. They do arrive as well in Benin Republic. I saw them. These are beautiful ship cruise, or cruise ship rather. Imagine you in Ondo State, imagine 10 of these are docking on a daily basis in Ondo State. You will be so busy, you might not even think about going to America. This is the future that we are talking about. All this future will not happen in Nigeria. Some of you don't know that some of these people want to visit you in Ondo State and in Yoruba land. But they will not come to a country where there is insecurity. They will not come to a country where there is no... This shipping line needs 24 hours electricity. It can be done when we have our own independent country. Ọmọ Yorùbá dìde, mo bẹ̀ wá. Benin Republic is being pointed as 25 countries, including Benin Republic, that people are advised to visit this year. So when we talk about this beautiful cruise ship, they will come from around the globe. They will visit Ondo State. They will visit many Yoruba towns and cities that are beautiful, magnificent, has a lot to offer around the world. But when you are refusing a Yoruba country, you are refusing the future of the Yoruba people as a Yoruba man or Yoruba daughter. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ pátápátá tẹ́ ń takò, your life will not have to be suffering in this contraction, the jungle that you're currently living in. Look at ẹ̀yin náà kàn wo àwọn ọkọ̀ yìí. I don't want to play any video because I don't want this show to be flagged down by any of the videos I will be using, and I don't know which one might flag me down. But we can probably see one maybe as an advert from the cruise liner, all inclusive. These are cruise liner that would travel to Yoruba land. when they know that there is a future prospect of things that people need to see. We have it. We have the mountains. We have the rivers. We have the weather. People will travel down to Yoruba land. But if you are rejecting a Yoruba country, you are rejecting this kind of opportunity. Look at them. They will come. Ondo State, bí bàbá wa ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, can take this kind of ship, this cruise ship. But tó bá reject pé o ò fẹ́, some of you will have to supply a lot of things to them. Mo bẹ̀ wá. Tó bá ti ní ká jáde, it is not because of me, it is because of every single one of us. We are telling President Tinubu, election is not what we need right now. So Penalty of Nidi copy The Good News Path to Prosperity in Our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yoruba by Professor Akintoye. Right there, you go on the Koikimedia internationalnews.com. You will have seen the link many times, but because click Lelori, you can download it and you will be able to read a full manifesto of the future of the Yoruba people when we eventually exit Nigeria. That is that manifesto in front of you right now. Screen. I pray that many of us will heal to the warning. What is the warning? The warning that our life are better. Now, let me take you back to J.D. Vance, as we want to tell you. But before we go there, I wanted to tell you, we talked about this yesterday, which is we shall revive and strengthen our education. In the Nigeria today, we have suffered serious decline. I talked about this yesterday. Our tourism, which is part of what we are discussing with the cruise ship, is under that manifesto, and I believe it's coming under, bear with me because it's up to number 35. So it might take time. I think I just saw it right now. I just saw it right now so that I can take you there. Maybe we can read quickly. I've done a full program about this last year. You can go back and look for it on all my channels. But Tebafe Kafurai, go on the website, download it, have the copy yourself, and read through it and compare it to the current one that is running in Nigeria for the last 25 years that have made your life miserable. I just saw it right now. But maybe what I'll do is I might come back to that while so that we don't hold on. All right, I'll leave it for now because I can't find it. But I know it's the tourism. But I don't know which of the numbers in the content of the manifesto. I'm sure I saw it not too long ago, just a few minutes ago now. Yoruba Nation is a task that needs to be completed. All right, let's read it one at a time. Maybe we might find it. Number one, we are in a nation with a proud root and a proud history. Number two, in an independent Nigeria, we have suffered serious decline and agony. Number three, we shall revive and strengthen our education. Number four, first and foremost in our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yoruba, we shall seriously revive our national character. Number five, our youth development program will transform our nation. Number six, we shall clean up our politics. Number seven, we shall take creative steps about political parties. Number eight, we shall make our election quality elections. Number nine, we shall achieve a corruption-free public service. Number 10, we shall create a true and respectable judiciary. Number 11, we shall build an incorruptible civil service. Number 12, we shall craft the most appropriate constitution. Number 13, we shall have truly Yoruba national military and security services. Number 14, we shall evolve an effective foreign policy and services. Number 15, we shall evolve the best immigration policy. Number 16, our country shall be a land of enterprise and a plentiful jobs. Number 17, we shall kill corruption in our country. Number 18, we shall have trusted and respectable public media. Number 19, we shall place great emphasis on sport Number 20, we shall go very powerfully for technology. Number 21, we shall impose order on our mineral exploitation. Number 22, we shall create a highly efficient transportation. Number 23, we shall make our electricity supply maximally efficient. Number 24, we shall have regular water supply in our towns. Number 25, we shall evolve a rational healthcare system. Number 26, we shall modernize our cities. Number 27, we shall seriously emphasize enterprise and business. Number 28, we shall take consciousness care of our weak citizens. Number 29, we shall at least go seriously for modern agriculture. That is the one I'm looking for. Number 30, we shall elevate tourism. Number 31, we shall preserve and strengthen religious harmony in our country. Number 32, we shall restore dignity to our urbans. Number 33, we shall return fully to our Yoruba language. Number 34, we shall keep the cost of governing low and patriotic. Number 35, politics and public service will be patriotic and clean and open to all true patriots in our new country called Yoruba country. This is a great manifesto that you should be proud of as a Yoruba sons and daughters that will be much better for the future that we are talking about. I hope some of us will understand what I'm saying. Now, let me touch on that number 30 quickly, if I can find it at page 79. And then I'm going to take you back to J.D. Vance, Nipa Antonso Nipa, self-determination. Tourism is very important. Tourism will bring revenue. In Turkey, according to their data, 61 billion US dollars was invested in their country through tourism. Yoruba would do far triple more than that, but it can only happen when we are inside our own independent Yoruba country, not the current Nigeria, because Nigeria will not give you the room to develop the DC port, and that is it right there, number 30. We shall elevate tourism. Our Yoruba homeland is very rich in cultural tourism and assets. The city of Ile-Ife leads the way to its shrines, monuments, statues, ancient festivals, and other ancient locations of importance. But all across Yoruba land, there are large number of shrines, ancient festivals, and then there are the countless types of traditional masks, each of which features its annual appearances and festivals, Egungun in Ado-Ekiti, and some other Ekiti towns, Epa also in Ekiti, Gelede in Yewa and Egba towns, Eyo in Lagos State and others. And then there are outstanding natural features that are regularly attract visitors, such as the hot spring in Ikogosi in Ekiti, Idonre Hill, Oluma Rock in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Ijesha Waterfall, Erinta Waterfall, the lakes on the hilltops in Idere, Ado-Aye in Ibarapa area of Oyo State, and similarly impressive rock towers across the country. These are places that people want to come and visit. But they will not come to a country where you don't have 24 hours electricity, there's no security, Fulani continue to kidnap people. And then again, there are many places of historical importance, such as the slave export place in Badagry. I visited the one in Benin Republic called the Door of No Return. The Kiriji War battlefield between Igbajo and Imesi Ile. Places like these, people want to visit it. People will pay huge amount of money to visit these places. But while they are still in Nigeria, they are scared to come down. They know about these places, they want to visit it, but they are too scared because they don't want to be kidnapped and be paying ransom or to be killed because of the insecurity in the jungle. Let's go further. And finally, there are some important assets that our new country might designate as national monuments. A sure one is which Chief Obafemi Awolowo Residency and Museum in Ikenne. You go there, there's no electricity as I speak to you right now. This is one of our most important men across, but yet he does not have great electricity across Ikene, we should all be crying. We should all be covering our eyes because gbogbo tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ tó ṣe pátá has been destroyed. We as Yoruba people, these politicians are criminals. They do not respect everything Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ foresee for the future of the Yoruba people. And it is our own now to stop it quickly so that we can bring the glory of what Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ wants. Go to Ikene now, you will cry. You'll be asking that, Shebi Bai ni Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ gbéṣà? Ikene should be more better than New York and London. But right now, as I speak to you, the people do not even have 3 square meals. There's no electricity. There's no water. There's no jobs. The whole area is as dead. And yet, we had a vice president that married to the Awolowo family. He should be closing his eyes, like I call him the short man devil, an evil Yoruba man called Osibajo. He should be closing his eyes that he could not even put things in place at the burial ground of the late Obafemi Awolowo. Let's go further. Our new country will need to invest money on some of the places mentioned above. We need to upgrade it to the standard away from the one it is currently if you're going to attract tourist attractions. And this takes me quickly to where I was listening to. I told you that this is your international media channel. Let me take you out of there quickly and take you to what I had Putin talking about Arctic Ocean, the Arctic. Do you know that the Arctic now, Putin says, and I quote, that he would transform that places and most of you might end up visiting like millions of people have done already. Yoruba ẹ dìde, ẹ̀yin Yoruba ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò nínú ràtìràtì tá wà nú èyí. The future is brighter for us away from the current one that we are thinking of 2027. We don't need 2027. Our life will be far better off if we are out of Nigeria. But it seems that many people still do not get the message. I am pleading again and again. Let us fight now and get what we want, and our life will remain much better. Let me take you quickly. I have listened to it. I have even written it down of what Putin says before I came on the show. And this is exactly what Putin says during his discussion. Starting from about 19 minutes, I'm preparing the video. It will be coming on your screen in just about a few minutes.
I hope.
But what Putin says there is exactly what we would do with all these areas Tiba Bakitoye mentioned in the manifesto. It will be transformed. It will be upgraded. Millions of people around the world will visit Yoruba country and they would even want to live and gain our own residence, just like we have done for many of us that have managed to run out of Nigeria looking for more passport because it will upgrade our lives. Let me take you to what Putin says in just as we continue in this discussion. Look at it and watch. But before that, this is some of the points I noted. Putin says, and I quote, 1 million people have already visited Arctic. I don't think some of you know what Arctic is. One of the most coldest places on earth. Imagine 1 million people lost Ibito Tutu. That means that we should be expecting 10 million people to visit a place that the weather is beautiful, Yoruba land. If 1 million people have already visited Arctic, I will show you what it looks like in a minute. For those of you that are watching, my name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I will remove that love of Nigeria from your heart. You will love Yoruba land because Nigeria is not a country. That is the job that I have decided to do all my life until we gain our country as quickly as possible. Again, they have already given people discount tickets. Imagine Putin is giving discount ticket for people to visit Arctic. 800,000 people took advantage of that. He also went further that he will put the quality of life for the people living in Arctic. People are living there. Oh no, man, make life more better. Nigeria will not make your life better. Tinubu will not make your life better. Let our people wake up now. 2027 is just another deceit. I warned you as they were going for the election in 2023 that it was all lies. Now, let me release the audio of how Putin explained it, and you will start understanding. But before I release that, you will first watch how Putin visited the Arctic himself. This was some few years back, 7 years ago. I am talking about Ibito Tutu. Millions of people want to visit it. Imagine how they will visit places that is far better than Arctic. We will promote Yoruba land. We will sell it to the world. You will be busy in whatever job you want to do. It does not matter. Arctic is a very cold place. This is how Putin visited it. After that, I'll take you straight to the conference that was held in Russia as Putin exposes U.S. Greenland plot. He says, and I quote, "They have wanted that place since 1860. The Fulani want Yoruba land. They will kill many Yoruba people to make sure that they get their Quran deep into the ocean of Lagos. We must stop them. We must do everything as within our power. We will take the risk today and we will enjoy it tomorrow." My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Share the program, and if you're looking for where we are all the time, I will be explaining that further in this broadcast. Let's first watch how Putin arrived in Arctic 7 years ago before we play the next video.
On the same day as an international summit began on the Arctic, President Vladimir Putin has visited the desolate Franz Josef Land archipelago, reaffirming Moscow's claim. He's to go to the northern Russian city of Arkhangelsk on Thursday for the meeting on how to develop the inhospitable Arctic Ocean.
Did you hear the analysis? How to develop the coldest place of a developer. 7 years ago was that. Already, the job has been done. Millions of people have visited. They are giving discount. The quality of the life of the people. You do not need politicians to tell you we will turn your life around in 4 years, and in 25 years of the failed democracy, your life has been miserable. That was a video of 7 years ago. And what Putin saw 7 years after. He visited the place. Many of the places that have been visited in Yoruba land, they say they will develop. They are only telling you that, but it will never be developed while we are still within Nigeria. Once again, let's go back to the video.
Thursday for the meeting on how to develop the inhospitable Arctic Ocean. Putin has said he remains open to mutually beneficial partnerships with other countries to tap into the region's resources. Along with Russia, several states, including the US, Canada, Denmark and Norway, are vying for jurisdiction over parts of the Arctic as shrinking polar ice opens up new opportunities for exploration.
Again, new opportunity. While we have watched that video, Etiribo really say is a cold place. Tobano Tutu, one of the coldest on earth. Now, let's listen after 7 years how Putin is talking about the development and how not just development, people that have visited. This video will last about 4 minutes. I will not interrupt it because I already know where to start and where to stop. But like I said, you'll be amazed what Putin is telling investors about how they need to come now before it is too late. Investors will troop into Yoruba land to try to invest. It will only favor the Yoruba first before any other person. We will think Yoruba first before any other person, just like America comes first before any other person.
Earth metals, in other industries related to mechanical engineering, the production of complex equipment, and industrial equipment. As an example, I will cite the Center for the Construction of Large-Tongue Marine Structures in Koikimedia, where localization of technologies for liquefying natural gas is underway. The most modern and our own developments in this area are being applied. I would like to draw the attention of my colleagues from the government and regions. It is necessary not only to propose, but also to effectively fine-tune the instruments of support for investment business activity in the Arctic, including tax incentives, administrative preferences, infrastructure preparation of land plots, and so on. In particular, I remind my colleagues of the need to strictly replenish the plans for gasification of the Murmansk region. It must be carried out before 2030. I emphasize that this task is not being removed. And of course, we need to develop such a promising direction as tourism. The Arctic North is a unique concentration of natural, historical, and spiritual monuments. It has the richest cultural palette. More than 1 million tourists visit the Arctic every year to get acquainted with its landscapes, see the northern lights, go Arctic fishing, ride dog sleds, or travel to the polar archipelagos. The number of tourists is growing. Accordingly, new projects are appearing in this area, such as the Arctic Tourism Center, with a ski resort in the Yamalo-Nenets Autonomous Okrug, or the Aquathermal Resort, and all-season hotel complex in Karelia. I ask both the federal government and the regions to support such initiatives that open up new borders of the Arctic and work to increase interest in this region. I also suggest thinking about including the development of the White Sea tourist infrastructure in the federal project 5 Seas and Lake Baikal. In order to open the Arctic for mass tourism, the issue of transport accessibility is, of course, important, starting from the repair and construction of roads to the development of air traffic. Let me remind you that we have extended the discounted rates for air tickets to Arctic cities. Last year, about 800,000 passengers took advantage of this opportunity. This year, subsidized tickets can be purchased for more than 7 dozen air routes. At the same time, the airports of the far north, especially the small ones, need to be updated. In the coming years, within the framework of the Specialized National Project, we will modernize 16 airfields in the Arctic zone, including in Salekard, Arkhangelsk, Norinmar, and Vorkuta. In general, our task is to maintain a branched airport network in the Arctic from large and medium-sized airfields to small landing sites. This is also necessary to ensure year-round accessibility of populated areas and the operation of air ambulances. Dear friends, the key, integral goal of our plans is to improve the quality of life for people in the Arctic, to create modern conditions for study and work, for recreation, for raising children in this harsh region, which has an amazing power of attraction. I have talked to people many times, both northerners themselves and those who were born here, and those who came say that the North attracts people. People are drawn to these latitudes, to this land. As you know, master plans for the agglomeration of
That is exactly what Babakitoye is saying. Going back to our tourism, before we take you back to J.D. Vance about self-determination, Babakitoye said the same thing. Reading further, that all these places that I have mentioned, our new country will need to invest money on some of the places I have mentioned above in order to upgrade them to the status of tourist attraction. A tourist doesn't want to come to where they can't use a proper toilet. They don't want to come to where their air condition is not working in the hotel room. They don't want to be sleeping and they are hearing the guns moving around because Fulani terrorists is outside. No tourist will take that risk. There is a future for our Yoruba nation. There is an opportunity to stop being part of one Nigeria, a created country by Britain in 1914 for their own selfish gain. But the one important festival will need to be recreated, namely the Ife Festival, which Obafemi Awolowo University initiated in the late 1960s, and which for many years annually attracted large crowds of tourists, especially scholars and artists from abroad, which was abandoned after the federal government took possession of the university. In fact, Ife Festival will now need to be greatly expanded to make it a central festival of the Yoruba world. It will encapsulate the total Ife as the place of origins, Ife mythology, and the central importance of Ife to all descendants of the Yoruba nation worldwide. Important persons from all over the Yoruba world, from Brazil to Cuba, United States to the Caribbean to Europe, etc., will regularly serve on its board, and hopefully people in the hundreds of thousands will come annually to eat. It will be like going to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. It will now be the Mecca of the Black world. It will be like those of you that are going to Jerusalem, those of you that are going to Dubai, those of you that want to travel to different parts of the world. People will visit Yoruba land in their millions. And it is halls, parking lots, approach roads, Ife hotels shall be of high international standards. Needless to say, the impact of tourism and the pilgrimage on the economy of our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yoruba will be great. It can become one of the major factors in the prosperity and the buoyancy of our country. Tourism alone will give us exactly the push. To manage it all, a National Tourist Commission will be set up and its members will be artists and scholars from our homeland. We will not be fighting with other indigenous people to run the board as it is done in the one Nigeria today. Artists and scholars from other parts of the Yoruba world and significant traditional figures, obas and chiefs. The question then is, what are you waiting for? Let us push out of Nigeria together for the benefit and the hope of the Yoruba people around the world. Now, let's come back to J.D. Vance, talking about self-determination of the Greenland people. Again, another cold area. According to what we know, America is so desperate to get it back. But the people in the region are also saying that we need to be given the right to self-determination, just like the Yoruba people are doing right now. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Remember, once again, to support this channel, you can do exactly by contributing your little, not just donation alone, but also finding us where we are. But these are the donation portal. Please remember to screenshot it and help this channel and this organization to grow further so that we can reach more audience in Yoruba land and across the globe. Let's come back again. Once again, I will release the video, but let me read quickly from what we know. The United States Vice President has accused Denmark of under-investing in Greenland security. J.D. Vance visiting the U.S. military base of Pittsburgh in the northwest Greenland with his wife, OSHA, and other senior U.S. officials on Friday told American troops, "Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland." J.D. Vance added he was really interested in the Arctic security and called for self-determination for Greenland. Wow! What an interesting time to be alive as Yoruba people. Àsìkò tí ó yẹ kí inú gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá máa dùn lélẹ̀. Because what J.D. Vance is saying is that self-determination is a right, which is exactly what Baba Akintoye has argued as you listen to Baba Akintoye and Ruben Abati earlier. Asking for self-determination is nothing more than the right of the Yoruba people, and we are pushing out of Nigeria. Whether the government likes it or not, it is our right. If the Vice President of America, Vice President America, bá ń sọ pé àwọn aráàlú Greenland tó jẹ́ ọmọ Denmark, they have the right to self-determination, then I see no reason why we should not be given the same right as well. This is Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. And review in tí Vice President America sọ nípa àwọn ìlú kan tó ń pè ní Denmark pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ fi àyè sílẹ̀ fún àwọn ará Greenland láti gba ara wọn sílẹ̀ láti lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. So those of you that are saying that, oh, you can't be asking for Nigeria to break up. No, we have the right to ask for Nigeria to break up because self-determination is a right. That is exactly what the Vice President of America is telling the international community. That ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fi àyè sílẹ̀ káwọn ará Denmark tó jẹ́ ọmọ Greenland kó fira wọn sílẹ̀, kó gbara wọn sílẹ̀. Again, this is what he said, and I quote, "You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. Nigeria has failed the Yoruba people, and the Yoruba people will pull out of Nigeria whether Nigerians like it or not." Once again, America Vice President representing Donald Trump, the president, was in Greenland, Denmark, just this Friday, 28th of March, with his wife. Just like Nigeria failed to give us exactly what we want, we are no longer interested in any election come 2027. We, the Yorubas, have decided to make up our minds, and our mind is that we will pull out of Nigeria. Just as this vice president, he might not be talking about the Yoruba people yet, but I'm sure when we come out and start making our demands, they will not tell us what our demands, we should put it to one side and face our one Nigeria. Because I want to demand that the Greenland people have been destroyed. No security, no good jobs. Nothing is working there, and they are now asking that self-determination must be given for the people of Greenland. Yoruba people, aku orire. This is the time that we must push out for our right to self-determination. Let me quickly go again according to the AI overview on Google. Greenland's right to self-determination is recognized under international law, particularly through the 2009 Self-Government Act, which acknowledged the Greenlandic people's right to determine their own future. No politicians will tell us that our future must be in Nigeria, not even our kings. Our future is no longer in Nigeria. Our future is inside our own Yoruba country, and we will do everything possibly best to leave Nigeria as quickly as possible, and the journey starts in 2025. Again, the right to determine their own future, including potential independence, just as Yoruba people will declare their country out of Nigeria, and that must not create any problem between us and the rest of the indigenous people in Nigeria. The IJAW are crying as well. The Biafra are crying as well. The HAUSA are crying as well. 4 nations are already ready to have their own country. Now, President Bola Tinubu must now listen to those that are asking for the right to self-determination. No more election, because election has never helped the indigenous people to reach their full potentials. If otherwise, crisis, war, chaos, anarchy is looming around Nigeria. Tell Tinubu to divide Nigeria so that everybody goes their separate ways. Again, yes, the people of Greenland are going to have self-determination. We hope that they choose to partner with the US, because we are the only nation on earth that will respect their sovereignty and respect their security, because their security is very much our security. Our security is no longer secured in Nigeria. And this is why we are saying we will go, just like J.D. Vance said as well. I'm going to release a video now. Let's hear it, as they say, from the horse's mouth. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Remember that you can donate to support this particular program at all those account details and the email. And if you're not too sure, you can email us at info@koikimedia.com or +447404405917. Once again, looking for us, go on our Twitter, our website, and all those channels. Teba draw the channel kan, you will be losing a lot, and I do not have that full access to those channels because it doesn't belong to me. I don't own Facebook. I don't own YouTube. I only own myself and what I say on it. And after I finish, I download everything I have said on my own archive and save it for my future. If my channel is deactivated, you would then have to look for me in other channels that are still operating. That is a message for the Yoruba people, and I hope you are listening to that message. Let's go back now and listen to the Vice President of United States of America. You've been watching Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep, as the Yoruba people are now fully geared and ready to pull out of the union that has been forced together since 1914 fraudulent amalgamation.
I think we're probably saving $6 million a year by...
Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change. And because it hasn't changed, this is why President Trump's policy in Greenland is what it is. It's consistent with the first Trump administration, where you saw significant investments in Arctic security, and it will continue over the next 4 years under President Trump's leadership. We're simply saying to the people of Greenland, when the president says we've got to have Greenland, he's saying this island is not safe. A lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people are making a play. We know that America cares about the security of this island for the sake of the people of Greenland, but also for the sake of the national security interests of the United States of America. So our message is very simple. Yes, the people of Greenland are going to have self-determination. We hope that they choose to partner with the United States, because we're the only nation on earth that will respect their sovereignty and respect their security, because their security is very much our security, as these brave Americans show. Choose to partner with the United States, because we're the only nation. Our message is very simple. Yes, the people of Greenland are going to have self-determination. We hope.
Please, can somebody send this message to President Tinubu? Can somebody send this message to all the Southwest governors? Can somebody send this message to the senators in Abuja, in the House of Reps, in the Senate, in the red and the green chamber, and the ones in the state? The Yoruba people will declare their self-determination under the United Nations Charter. Just like J.D. Vance is telling Denmark, you will not hold people that doesn't want to be part of you. A very great time to be alive. 2025 is going to be a very good year. Fẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n tó ń sọ yẹn. This has been the clarion call of the Yoruba people. Self-determination. Self-determination. Now that Igbolenu Vice President America, I hope you will understand that Baba Akintoye knows what he has been doing for the last 4 years and a half of this movement. And as Baba Akintoye said, during one of his very important videos that I will pull up in just about a few minutes while I prepare for it, that was when we registered with the UNPO. Baba Akintoye made it very clear. And it has already been clear, but it seems that the politicians think that they can still deny the right to self-determination. Election is not what is needed on the table right now. Discussion is about how to divide peacefully and let everybody go their separate ways. And I believe I have the video which I want to add. But let me go back to let you watch more from the JD Vance from the beginning, and hopefully by then I should have a Baba Akintoye video ready for us, talking about at the UNPO when we registered in 2019. If you don't know the full meaning of UNPO, what the UNPO stands for is the Unrepresented People Organization that the Yoruba people registered so that we can use that as part of our engagement with the international community. And we have done that very well, and we are still going to do that more. So the video is just getting ready. But let me go back to JD Vance, and then we will come back to that video that I've just got ready for you. But let's listen more to JD Vance. Please share the program, retweet. Thank you so much. The number is very good so far on the Twitter video this afternoon or this evening. 116 people are watching. Let me tell you, if you do not retweet, you are putting the lives of indigenous people in danger. We can be good neighbors. We will be great neighbors. We will still travel across different borders as the United Kingdom has done in the past. They left the European Union and they are still traveling across with their citizens in different parts of the European country. Being in one Nigeria is no longer visibly working, and it is not a crime for Yoruba people to stand up now and say, our right to self-determination will be respected because we do not want any problem. We are peace-abiding, loving people, and we will remain so, but do not take us as a joke. There is a lot that can happen if you dare the Yoruba people this time around. Let's go back and listen more to JD Vance, then we play Babakitoye at the top, ready for you.
Mark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change. And because it hasn't changed, this is why President Trump's policy in Greenland is what it is. It's consistent with the first Trump administration, where you saw significant investments in Arctic security, and it will continue over the next 4 years under President Trump's leadership. We're simply saying to the people of Greenland, when the president says we've got to have Greenland, he's saying this island is not safe. A lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people are making a play. We know that America cares about the security of this island for the sake of the people of Greenland, but also for the sake of the national security interests of the United States of America. So our message is very simple. Yes, the people of Greenland are going to have self-determination. We hope that they choose to partner with the United States, because we're the only nation on earth that will respect their sovereignty and respect their security, because their security is very much our security, as these brave Americans show.
The Yoruba-speaking tribe of Nigeria has been accepted as the 45th member of the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Leader of the Yoruba World Congress, Professor Banji Akintoye, says the membership represents a very important step in the collective quest of well-meaning Yoruba people to achieve the goal of dignity and self-determination.
It is my great pleasure and pride to inform you that the Yoruba nation has been admitted to the membership of UNPO. UNPO means Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, with its headquarters in The Hague. The UNPO has expressed their gladness to welcome the Yoruba nation as a new member of UNPO, and they are looking forward to working with us. It is important because it is a great stride, and it represents a very important step in our collective quest to achieve the goal of dignity in the country in which we live, and also to achieve the goal of self-determination for our nation. Our Yoruba nation now has a voice on the international stage via the machinery of the UNPO, which maintains a permanent presence before the United Nations and before other international agencies like the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the governments of various other countries across the world.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. We are only deceiving ourselves. We are not Nigerians. Okay, where is Nigeria? Where is the land called Nigeria? What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that had been forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say pray for Nigeria, that person is just because the people who want to be that Nigeria are not sat down to agree if they want to go to Nigeria.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we will be where we are. 1960, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shocked to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The process of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this would help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Ahmadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only the British intention for the country.
They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't really. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time, smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries.
Right.
And then said, now y'all get along and do a country for us and be a union for us. And then go through, contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a commonwealth afterwards. True. And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources and the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are tactics and strategies of dominance.
Right.
We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. Mm. And the British were not going to let go of that.
Wow.
And the people that they had put in power, their puppet Nigerian governments weren't going to do that either because they needed it for the Nigerian project.
Right.
And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence and decided that they would do everything to make sure that Biafra did not go.
Wow.
And this everything meant directly funding genocide of the people of Biafra.
Wow. Great to be back again after those video of the self-determination. Tebaba video yẹn pàdé. It is important, it is unique that you share that particular VN. One of the most important VN that must be shared across every Nigerian that says they still want to keep one Nigeria. Because self-determination will be played out not by the Yoruba people alone. The IJAW have the right to self-determination. The Biafra have the right to self-determination. Even the HAUSAs have the right to self-determination. And we will do everything to make sure that people are free from this union that is as fake as nothing. Because Nigeria is fake and everybody knows that, but we are living in denial. Let's listen more to some other videos. We've listened to them before. It's just a refresher.
President Tinubu needs to put his best foot forward to govern the country. If he does that, in 4 years, he can turn things around. But there are certain critical things he would need to do. The first thing is to say, what's the constitution? If, for instance, me and my wife Lillian don't agree in our marriage of 45 years, then we can't do anything. So the first thing that President Tinubu would need to do is to ensure that Nigerians all agree to be one country. You recall that Bolaige asked those two questions. Do we want to be one? It's not by force. If we want to be one, how? We haven't answered those questions, which is why I told President Akpabio of the Senate that it has taken 23 years to solve the problem of the Constitution. And I urged him, in conjunction with President Tinubu, to resolve the Nigerian constitutional question now by inviting the owners of Nigeria. The owners of Nigeria, mark you, were those who owned Nigeria before Lugard brought his amalgamation in 1914. Call them in. These are the people who own the country, and ask them questions. What do you want to see of the Constitution? Because without a Constitution, we're going nowhere. And no one will doubt the fact that the Constitution bequeathed by the military in 1999 is unsatisfactory. You can't build anything out of a weak foundation. The economic development policy of President Tinubu, the political development policy of President Tinubu, and everything else he wants to do rests on a very solid foundation. So let him immediately resolve that. How can we spend 23 years looking for a foundation for building a house? Does that make sense to anybody? So that's my number one issue. We need to resolve this issue of, do we want to be one? And mark you, the flip side of the question is that we mustn't be one, because Yugoslavia, which was 6 countries under Marshal Tito, when he died, decided to break apart. And today, a lot of them are very strong countries: Macedonia, Croatia, Slovenia, Slovakia. They're all doing well. So there is no sacrosanctity about Nigeria being one country. There's none. I personally would wish for Nigeria to be one country, but we must agree. Now that is the problem. Because we have not agreed, and because the National Assembly has appropriated to itself the all-knowing wisdom of giving us a constitution, that is the weakness. So that's the starting point. President Tinubu needs to put his best foot forward.
Once again, thank you so much for coming back into the broadcast. We are just exactly 2 hours, 38 minutes we would have the line open just for a few minutes in case you want to participate. The number is on the screen in case you want to add your own input. Going back, fẹ̀yìntì àṣìṣọ fún bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa mọ ibi tí a wà nígbà tí ẹ bá ń wá platforms wa. So let us take you back again to the back end and show you some of those channels that you can find us each time you're looking for us. We are there. It's just that you're looking for us. We haven't gone anywhere, especially when one of our channels was suspended for 2 weeks. It shows that many people think wawa mobitawa. So what I'm going to do now is I want to take you back to YouTube. We have 3 YouTube channels running simultaneously as we speak right now. One of them is the first one that is called WD76 Media, which is this. So this is one of our YouTube channel. I screenshot it and make sure pé ẹ follow channel yìí so that every time that you are missing out from not seeing Koikimedia on your regular Koikimedia YouTube, all you need to do is just go and look for me on this backup channel. Very, very simple, very straightforward, and very easy. WD76 Media. You can see that it says live. That means I am live right now as I am in the program with you. That is number one. Again, you go to another YouTube and you will also Etimo Koikimedia. That is the number one that everybody knows. But there are now, we have to have a backup. Even Heathrow Airport did not have a backup, and that's why they run grounded for many hours after there was a fire last week. Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní backup, if they have had a backup, they will have been able to fully go back on operation as quickly as possible, but it took them hours. Millions of pounds were lost in revenue. Many people traveling arrangement was also disrupted. Ìdí tá a ṣe ń sọ pé ẹ lọ join ní àwọn channel yìí. We do not want you to be disrupted when you are watching us. So there's another one called Koikimedia Backup, as in Koikimedia. The Koikimedia Backup, again, is a new channel that has just been created for the benefit of the Yoruba people. That is the channel here. And again, as we are live right now, we are simultaneously live on that channel. If gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia bá subscribe to bíbá, you will then have to understand that in the future, if there is any disruption on the Koikimedia, you will come back quickly to the Koikimedia backup channel. But tẹ́ ẹ bá follow channel yẹn, then I cannot be blamed for you after àti sọ fún yín pé this is how you can find us. This is another channel. As I said, we are currently live on it. It is very straightforward. It is called Koikimedia Live, which is the Koikimedia backup. You could put it as Koikimedia Live, or you can look at it as Koikimedia Backup. It's one of our backup channels. I think I might have to edit this live because it should be Koikimedia Backup, so that it will be very easy and straightforward for those of you that are looking for us. Now, the last channel, which is also going on as we speak right now, is the OLAYOMI KOIKI. That has been the one that we created for the purpose of saying my 27 years now in the United Kingdom. That one is straightforward. You will see that I have the British flag underneath. I mean, I'm right underneath the British flag with my camouflage, with my heart. Again, this is another channel. We are streaming live as I speak to you right now. What we are doing is, as now that our Koikimedia is back, we might reduce streaming on these because this one is just for other engagement. The reason why we have to start using it is because the Koikimedia went out of picture for 2 weeks. So we had no choice than to start posting live on this. But that live might stop from tonight. So if you go on that one, you'll be seeing a lot of different things, my traveling. I talk about my life in the UK in the last 27 years. is like a tip. For those of you that still want to come to the UK, good luck to you. I am not a visa agent. Please do not call me for visa and how to get to UK. You will have to find out yourself, because my mom did not contact anyone when she decided that Nigeria was a shithole country and pulled all his children out as far back as 1998 when I left Nigeria. So do not call me and say, I need a visa. How do I get to this? If you get to UK, yes, I can advise you what to do in terms of whatever area of life. But again, those advice will just be based on my experience, 27 years living in the United Kingdom. So Feyinti and Banwawa, you can also follow this, because sometimes I might be live on it and I might not talk about Yoruba Nation. I might just talk about anything. It is there for not just Yoruba people. It is there for the international audience. And when I mean international audience, I mean anybody, Tokishomo Yoruba, anybody that can just come across this, and they might be coming to the UK. They want to know one or two things. These are some of my trip to Africa. A lot of the videos there are from Africa. You can go back there and watch it, and there'll be much more uploaded of videos. Again, the reason why we are live on it right now is because after we had our Koikimedia channel suspended, we were struggling to get the message out. We decided to go live on this. So when I go live on this, Yatosi, the life of the Koikimedia of self-determination. Over important, again, a screenshot on pages Timon Soy. It is for the benefit of you. And again, like I said, YouTube can take us down. I don't own YouTube. It's not my own channel. It's not my own platform. We can end up using another one, which is called Instagram. So right now, as I speak to you, we are currently live on Instagram. But never tell you hello Instagram. So right there, OLAYOMI KOIKI, you can see there, I am currently live on Instagram. That is me there right now, live. You can take us down. So let me mute it. I don't own YouTube. It's not my Sorry, own let me channel. mute it. It's not my own platform. I'm trying to We mute. can end up but it using doesn't want me another to one. mute. Anyway, so right now you can see that. So right now, as I speak to you, we are currently live on Instagram. So you can see, let me see if I can just find myself here. So OLAYOMI KOIKI. So again, if I never follow our Instagram, then you don't know that I'm live, even though I am live there. That is me right there, OLAYOMI KOIKI. We are currently live. We go live on Instagram every time I go live, even when I'm outside. But tell about follow our Instagram. That means Emma miss out. Especially we are now in a very, very crucial stage of our movement. You cannot afford Thomas, I am not boasting. You will need to follow Koikimedia, because two things. Even if you don't pick up from me, you might end up picking up from the other media. But again, as one of the crucial media in this movement, important that a follow Google channel so that though I'm on Facebook, not on Instagram, and there are things that we cannot post on it, there are things that we can post on it, but right now we can post things on it. And if you go back, you will see that these are all the videos I've done in the last couple of days. But follower, that's why you don't know that we are live, even though I have been live every day for the last 2 weeks. Feyinti Miswa Lori Koikimedia. So again, let's start again. We have the WD76 media, which is this one. The WD7, let me go back.
When my team pitched the idea, I thought it was a...
The WD76 media belongs to the Koikimedia group. And when you look at it, even all organizations do not have one channel. If you go on the Sky, they have multiple channels from Africa to Asia. If you go on BBC, they have BBC Yoruba, they have BBC HAUSA, BBC Pidgin. Why do you think they have all these? They are targeting different set of people. Today we saw the BBC in Oyo State talking about the new Alafin. They will talk about the ones happening in the southeast. In HAUSA, they will be talking HAUSA. But very soon, you'll be also getting more. I'm sure some of you are also listening to our audio that are being released by our staff in Yoruba and English. We are adding more to the network. So a screenshot our pages so that cannot miss out. This is our the Twitter account. We've talked about it before. This is our website. We also have another website called Koikimedia.com. On that particular one, gbogbo tẹ́ bá ń wá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba Nation, you're looking for a particular file, you want to look at something, you want to share with your representative in the country that you are, láti fi support the movement yìí, everything you need to know, you will find it on koikimedia.com. We have Koikimedia International News, but we also have the koikimedia.com that represent the Yoruba Nation cause. All these are very, very important that you follow. So, tabawa ní gbogbo platforms yìí, including the MixLR. I showed you the MixLR earlier. I can quickly show us again before we move away from there. That is the MixLR. Right as I speak to you right now, we have few people, about 3 people that are listening on it. That is the MixLR. Again, Koikimedia on the MixLR. Very important that you follow, subscribe to all these channels so that you are not missing out anything at all. It will be benefiting for you, especially àwọn tó wà nílé. So right now, I'm going to give you the 2 audios that is coming from the Koikimedia. Like I said, more will be coming in as we are working with some of our staff that will be talking about the benefit of Yoruba Nation. A VDN will be coming out very soon. All that we'll be talking about is the benefit of Yoruba Nation. Expect those voice notes to be coming out from one of our staff in the next couple of days. We are already working on it. But let's listen to this one that came from our staff today as the Yoruba version and the English version. We start with the English version, then we will talk about the Yoruba version. Let's listen to it from here. Koikimedia bringing the work closer to your doorstep. 1 minute.
Here's the news on Koikimedia. First, the headlines. Tinubu marks 73rd birthday amid tributes from leaders. Wike denies targeting PDP in land revocation. Says INEC, CBN also affected. Ex-reverse HOS accuses Fubara of ordering assembly bombing. Why is the dispute clear? Now the news and details. I am Titola Fagdako. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is celebrating his 73rd birthday today with tributes pouring in from across the country. First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu described the president as a knight in shining armor, expressing gratitude to God for his life and leadership. Former President Muhammadu Buhari also extended his congratulations, praising Tinubu's contributions to Nigeria's democracy and urging citizens to consider praying for their leaders. Meanwhile, Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, commended Tinubu's commitment to national development, describing him as a leader dedicated to progress. Governors including Alex Hoti of Habia and Lucky Aiyedatiwa of Edo State also joined in celebrating the president, highlighting his role in fostering national unity. In another development, the former head of service in Rivers State, Dr. George Nwake, has accused suspended governor Siminala Ifebara of masterminding the 2023 bombing of the State House of Assembly complex to prevent impeachment proceedings against them. Nwake alleged that Ifebara's chief of staff, Idisine, received the money to carry out the attack. However, Fubara dismissed the allegations as baseless, insisting that Nwake was coerced into making the claims to discredit him. Meanwhile, in a dramatic twist, Nwake's wife Florence has refuted his claims, stating that he is under duress and has been unable to respond to messages. She's pleaded for urgent intervention, expressing fears for his safety. Still in political matters, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has denied allegations that the revocation of the PDP's land title in Abuja was politically motivated. Wike explained that several institutions, including the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, were also affected due to their failure to pay ground rent for over a decade. It cites PDP for defaulting on the 7.6 million naira payment despite generating billions for party firms. Furthermore, Wike revealed that Wadata Plaza, the PDP National Secretariat, is not even registered under the party's name but under a senator who was owed ground rent for 28 years. He said the revocation was selective and warned that no defaulter would be exempted, urging even the body of benchers to set the outstanding payments. Meanwhile, in Edo State, the People's Democratic Party has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to declare a state of emergency following the lynching and burning of about 16 suspected kidnappers by a mob in Uromi. PDP caretaker chairman Dr. Anthony Aziegbin condemned the killings, alleging that they were carried out by state vigilantes under Governor Monty Okpebholo. He lamented that over 100 violent deaths have been recorded during recent months, surpassing the crisis in Rivers that led to emergency measures. According to him, residents now live in fear of reprisals from the families of those killed, making an urgent federal intervention necessary to prevent further bloodshed. On the international scene, Russia has launched 170 drones on Ukraine, killing 4 people and injuring 21 others, including a pregnant woman. The attack targeted multiple regions, prompting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to condemn the assault, accusing Russia of marking global peace efforts. Meanwhile, European leaders are currently discussing the possibility of deploying Western peacemakers to Ukraine, a move that Russia has warned could escalate tensions and trigger direct conflicts with NATO. France and the UK reportedly leading efforts to strengthen Ukraine's defenses while pushing for a ceasefire. And that is the news. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
So, let's go the first version in the English. Moki sister mi Itunu, Moki gbogbo àwọn family mi àti ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa, and those that are non-Yoruba that are close to listen. We're almost toward the end of the broadcast, and let's now listen to the Yoruba version of the Koikimedia news that we have started adding to enhance our production.
Lásìkò yìí gbogbo ọmọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáláyé àti gbogbo ibi tí afẹ́fẹ́ ètò yìí fẹ́ dé, èyí tí ń ṣe ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta ọjọ́ 29 oṣù kẹta ọdún 2025. Iléeṣẹ́ Koikimedia ní tẹ́tí gbọ́ tẹ́tí ń gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ tẹ́tí mú ìròyìn jákèjádò àgbáyé wá sí ti gbòòyè. Orúkọ mi ni Ìyáàfin Ọpẹ́yẹmí. Ẹ gbọ́ àwọn kókó ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Aráàlú dáná sun àwọn arìnrìn-àjò nípínlẹ̀ Edo, èèyàn 7 kú. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Edo Monday Okpebholo ti jẹ́jẹ̀ẹ́ láti fojú àwọn afurasí tó ṣe ìkọlù sáwọn arìnrìn-àjò kan ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà tí wọ́n sì ti kó pa àwọn 7 lọ́jọ́bọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n pàdánù ẹ̀mí wọn náà ló ń ṣe ìrìn-àjò gba ìlú Uromi ní ìpínlẹ̀ Edo káwọn aráàlú náà tó dá wọn dúró tí wọ́n sì ní àwọn afurasí wọn pé ajínigbé ni wọ́n. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tí gómìnà náà fi sórí ìkànnì Facebook rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ Ẹtì, bú ẹnu àtẹ́lù bí àwọn aráàlú náà ṣe dáná sun àwọn èèyàn ọ̀hún tó sì ní àwọn kò ní fààyè gba ìwà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Edo. Ó ṣèlérí pé gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ láabi náà ni yóò fojú winá òfin. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìròyìn tó tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́, wọ́n ní àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n pa ọ̀hún rin ìrìnàjò lọ ní òpópónà Uromi sí Ọbàjànà nígbà tí àwọn fìjìláńtì ìlú Uromi dá wọn dúró láti ṣe àyẹ̀wò ọkàn wọn. Ìròyìn ní àwọn èèyàn náà sọ fún àwọn fìjìláńtì náà pé ọlọ́dẹ ni àwọn àti pé àwọn ń ṣọdẹ lọ lásìkò tí wọ́n dá wọn dúró. Ajínigbé ni àwọn èèyàn náà àti pé àwọn fura sí wọn pé Fúlàní darandaran ni wọ́n. Àjọ Amnesty International gbàgbọ́ pé àwọn èèyàn tó kú níbi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ju èèyàn 7 tí wọ́n sì ń fẹ́ káwọn aláṣẹ ṣe ìwádìí tó gbòòrò lórí ṣíṣe ìkọlù sáwọn arìnrìn-àjò 16. Adarí Amnesty International ní Nàìjíríà, Isa Sanusi, sọ pé níṣe ni àwọn fìjìláńtì àtàwọn ọ̀dọ́ lu àwọn èèyàn náà tí wọ́n sì tún dáná sun wọ́n. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ìròyìn tó tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́, àwọn arìnrìn-àjò náà ní a gbọ́ pé wọ́n rin ìrìn-àjò láti Port Harcourt lọ sí Kano láti lè ṣọdún ìtúnu àwẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹbí wọn. Nígbà tí wọ́n dé agbègbè Uromi ní ìpínlẹ̀ Edo ni wọ́n dá wọn dúró tí wọ́n sì kọlù wọ́n fẹ̀sùn wípé ajínigbé ni wọ́n. Lára àwọn fídíò tó gba orí ayélujára ṣàfihàn báwọn aráàlú Uromi ṣe ń kígbe ajínigbé lé àwọn èèyàn náà lórí tí wọ́n sì lù wọ́n. Bákan náà ni àwọn fídíò mìíràn ṣàfihàn bí wọ́n ṣe tú ọkọ̀ táwọn èèyàn náà ṣe ìrìnàjò nínú rẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì sọ pé àwọn bá àwọn ìbọn nínú rẹ̀. Ọ̀gá àgbà iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà Káyọ̀dé Ẹgbẹ́tókan náà ti bu ẹnu àtẹ́ lu ìkọlù náà tó sì ní ìwádìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti fojú àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ìkọlù náà winá òfin. Àtẹ̀jáde kan tí agbẹnusọ ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà Olúmúyìwá Adéjọbí fi léde lọ́jọ́ Ẹtì ní ọ̀gá àgbà ọlọ́pàá ti ní kí ẹ̀ka tó ń rí sí ìwà ọ̀daràn bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìwádìí lórí ìkọlù náà. Ó ní iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá kò ní fi àyè gba pípa èèyàn lọ́nà àìtọ́ tí àwọn yóò sì ṣe àrídájú rẹ̀ pé àwọn tẹ̀lé ìlànà tí òfin là kalẹ̀. Èèyàn tó lé ní 1,000 kan ti kú, ọ̀pọ̀ di àwátì lẹ́yìn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ilẹ̀ rírì tó wáyé ní Myanmar. Ìjọba ológun ní Myanmar ti kéde pé ó ti lé ní 1,000 kan èèyàn tó kú tí 2,376 sì farapa lẹ́yìn tí ilẹ̀ rírì wáyé lọ́jọ́ Ẹtì. Ilẹ̀ rírì náà lágbára débi pé ipa rẹ̀ dé orílẹ̀-èdè Thailand tó múlẹ̀ ní Myanmar. Púpọ̀ nínú àwọn tó kú tó sì farapa tó wáyé nínú ìlú kejì tó tóbi jùlọ níbẹ̀, Mandalay, èyí tó súnmọ́ ibi tí ilẹ̀ rírì náà ti wáyé. Àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ adóòlà ẹ̀mí sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ kárakára. Ìkọ̀kan tó ń dóòlà ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn ní Mandalay sọ pé ọwọ́ ni àwọn fi ń fa àwọn èèyàn jáde lábẹ́ ilẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìwúrí tí Florence Ajimobi sọ láyàájọ́ ọjọ́ ìbí ọmọ rẹ̀ Àbísọ́lá tó kú lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì. Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn ni kò mọ̀ pé inú oṣù kẹta ni wọ́n bí olóògbé Bísọ́lá Ọládáìsí, ọmọ gómìnà Ọ̀yọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ Abíọ́lá Àjìmọ̀bí tó kú lọ́jọ́bọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. Ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kẹta ọdún 2025 ni àyájọ́ ọjọ́ ìbí ọmọ gómìnà tẹ́lẹ̀ náà, èyí túmọ̀ sí pé kò tíì ju nǹkan bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì lọ lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ ìbí ọdún 44 rẹ̀ tó jáde láyé. Lọ́jọ́ ayẹyẹ náà ni ìyá rẹ̀ Florence Ajimobi sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ìwúrí nípa Àbísọ́lá, ẹni tí ń ṣe àkọ́bí ọmọ rẹ̀. Ọ̀mọ̀wé Florence Ajimobi kò mọ̀ pé òdùgbà yóò já lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ díẹ̀ tó ń kí ọmọ rẹ̀ kú ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ìbí pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àdúrà. Àfi bí ọlọ́jọ́ ṣe dé lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ 16 tó sì mú ọmọ náà lọ. Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ tuntun jáde ní Ìpèbí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ bíi 21 ariwo sọ lọ́yọ̀ọ́. Aláàfin ti ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tuntun Ọba Abímbọ́lá Owóadé ti jáde ní Ìpèbí lánàá ọjọ́ 28 oṣù kẹta lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ bíi 21 tí orí adé náà ti wà níbẹ̀. Tìlú tìfọn làwọn èèyàn ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ fi pàdé Ọba Owóadé nígbà tí ó ń bọ̀ láti Ìpèbí. Ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn ló kọ́wọ̀ọ́rìn pẹ̀lú Ọba Owóadé bí orí adé náà ṣe rìn láàrin ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ lọ sí ààfin rẹ̀ tí ìlú sì ń rọ́ lákọ̀lákọ̀. Tọmọdé tàgbà tó fi mọ́ àwọn agbófinró ló péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ètò náà. Àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ló ṣáájú kábíyèsí nígbà tí oníkàkàkí ọba fọ kàkàkí láti yẹ Ọba Owóadé sí. Ohun tí a gbọ́ ni pé kòso ni Aláàfin yóò sùn. Èyí tí ń ṣe ọjọ́ 29 oṣù yìí ni Ọba Owóadé yóò gbadé ìsẹ̀ ayé. Lẹ́yìn tí orí adé náà bá dé adé yìí tán ni a gbọ́ pé àwọn aráàlú lè máa pè ní kábíyèsí. Ọjọ́ Ẹtì ọjọ́ 2 oṣù kẹta yìí ni kábíyèsí Owóadé wọ Ìpèbí. Mọ̀ nípa àbá òfin ọjọ́ orí olùdíje ààrẹ Nàìjíríà, ìdájọ́ ikú àtàwọn míì tí ilé aṣòfin l'Àbújá gbé yẹ̀wò. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin l'Àbújá buwọ́ lu àbádòfin 22 tó dá lé lórí onírúurú ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí fún ìpele kejì. Díẹ̀ lára àwọn àbádòfin náà dá lórí ọjọ́ orí olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà àti ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, àtúnṣe òfin ìdájọ́ ikú, fífagilé òfin tó dáàbò b'àwọn gómìnà láti máa lè ṣèwádìí wọn lórí oyè, ṣíṣọ́ àwọn olókoòwò ọmọ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè di ọmọ Nàìjíríà àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Lára àwọn àbádòfin náà ni pípadà sí ìjọba ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn, èyí tí olóòtú ìjọba yóò jẹ́ olórí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà wa. Wọ̀nyí ni díẹ̀ lára àwọn àbádòfin tí ilé aṣáájú-ṣòfin l'Àbújá buwọ́lù fún ìpele kejì. Àkọ́kọ́, àbádòfin lórí ọjọ́ orí olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà àti ààrẹ Nàìjíríà. Àlàkalẹ̀ wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá fẹ́ díje fún ipò gómìnà àti ipò ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kò gbọdọ̀ ju 60 ọdún lọ. Ilé sì gba àbá yìí wọlé, èyí tó jẹ́ kí wọ́n buwọ́lù fún ìgbà kejì. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, àbádòfin lórí sísọ ọmọ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè di ọmọ Nàìjíríà nípa ìdókòwò. Àbádòfin míì tí ilé aṣojú-ṣòfin tún buwọ́lù fún ìpele kejì ní sísọ ọmọ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè di ọmọ Nàìjíríà nípa ìdókòwò. Àbádòfin yìí yóò fáwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè tí wọ́n ti gbọ̀rọ̀gẹ jíjẹ nínú okòwò wọn ní Nàìjíríà láti di ọmọ onílùú. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta, àbádòfin lórí pípadà sí ìjọba ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn. Lára àbádòfin 22 tí ilé aṣojú-ṣòfin l'Àbújá buwọ́lù fún ìpele kejì náà ni èyí tí yóò dá Nàìjíríà padà sí ètò ìjọba ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn wa. Ilé ń gbèrò láti ṣe àyípadà abala ìwé òfin Nàìjíríà láti pèsè fún ọ́fíìsì olóòtú ìjọba gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórí ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti ọ́fíìsì ààrẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìkẹrin, àbádòfin lórí àtúnṣe ìdájọ́ ikú. Àtúnṣe ìdájọ́ ikú náà wà lára àwọn àbádòfin tí ilé buwọ́lù fún ìpele kejì láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. Ilé aṣojú-ṣòfin gbèrò láti ṣe àtúnṣe ìdájọ́ ikú ní Nàìjíríà tí ó lè wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé míì. Ìkarùn-ún, àbádòfin tí yóò jẹ́ káwọn gómìnà àti igbákejì ààrẹ máa jẹ́jọ́ lórí oyè. Awuyewuye wáyé lórí àbádòfin tí ilé aṣojú-ṣòfin jíròrò lé lórí wípé káwọn gómìnà, igbákejì wọn àti igbákejì ààrẹ máa jẹ́jọ́ tí ẹnikẹ́ni bá fẹ̀sùn kàn wọ́n lórí oyè. Èyí ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí ilé kéde ìdádúró ìjókòó lórí àbádòfin náà, èyí tó jẹ́ kí onírúurú ẹgbẹ́ ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ bu ẹnu àtẹ́ lu ìgbésẹ̀ náà. Àmọ́ igbákejì adarí ilé Honorable Benjamin Kalu ṣàlàyé pé àwọn sọ ìjókòó orí àbádòfin náà rọ̀ torí ó nílò káwọn aṣòfin fi pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ jókòó lórí rẹ̀ ni. Ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ náà kì í ṣe nǹkan tí ilé lè sáré gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lórí rẹ̀ bí àwọn àbádòfin míì tí wọ́n ti wọ ìpele kejì. Ìròyìn náà kò ní jù báyìí lọ. Koikimedia wà fún yín lọ́jọ́ gbogbo. Ẹ ṣé tẹ̀ ti gbọ́ wa.
So that is on the Koikimedia news. Are still working on our team, and more of them will be coming out in different ways. But what we are now asking is, how do you support this organization to enhance our production, to help the cause of the job that we are doing? I pray that many of you will continue to dip your hands in your pocket. All these our staffs are working around the clock. We're going to be training one of them. as we are moving into a very crucial time in this movement. How you can help is right on the screen for those of you that might be asking. Now, on the final note before we leave, every video that is not an AI video. I can tell you, I'll release the audio in a minute. I'll bring it up. That is Istanbul today. 2 million people. Yeah. Istanbul and protest. That is the ongoing protest in Istanbul. The citizens are tired of their President Erdogan, and they are telling him, we will not be leaving the street until our demands are met. The question is, can the Yoruba people replicate this in bigger fold? It is possible, it is doable, but nobody's coming to help you. Istanbul, Lenwood, the video behind me. I believe we should have a sound coming with it. Let me bring it up in a minute. Of the audio because I do not want a copyright. Eyomo Yoruba, can you see what we are talking about? I hope you can feel the energy of what we should be looking forward to. That is the kind of message that the international community will see when we come off our mega rally. A complete shutdown of the system, demanding our right to self-determination. It is possible, but nobody's coming to help you. You would have to help yourself. I hope the message is clear. At exactly 3 hours into the program, that is the drone footage. This is today, not yesterday. 2 million people. That only government should feel power one way. How is the government going to kill every one of them? I hope I've been very clear to many of you that this is what we expect. A complete shutdown of Southwest. My name is KOIKI. We are grateful to our leader, Professor Akintoye. We're grateful to Chief Dr. Sunday Igboho, George Akinola, Iyajagun, Kogbodoku, my mom, Ifelodun, all the groups, Kayode Mola, and many more that we might not remember, Obogboni, all the groups across the Yoruba platforms, very huge groups. To all our listeners, this is the time. It's a clarion call. 2 million people out there, they will need to give them some kind of logistics to make it happen. I hope you understand. This is Istanbul today. You can go and check it out yourself. 2 million people is what you're watching right now. 2 million. We can do it from Lagos to Ogun State, to Oyo State, to Osun State, to Ekiti State, to Ondo State, to Kwara, Kogi, and shut it down completely. It is possible. You will need to fund it for those of you that need to support financially. My media are already gearing up for this big event. We are also putting extra back-end staff to help. I would also be moving very soon to join the team on the ground. Pray for us as we are entering a very, very important